Good evening.
Up and ready.
We are here. Good morning, good afternoon, worldwide. We are the Titans. Knocking teeth from plastic, yeah?
No, sir.
Yeah, man. Bend up them around them like elastic. But yes, brothers.
Yes.
Yes, brother.
Yeah, man.
All right.
So hear this now. With the Pums Vaz came out and the opposition either asked him a question about to take away money and lend out to JPS. And the man start call PMP evil and wicked and remember the opposition ask you money spend in every democracy. The opposition ask you and want to know. And you know, so me here, I'm gonna play it now. I'll show you something. I'm dumb. You know, so me here, Dan Jackson Miller asked him some question, and him come back with the same thing what Mark asked him. He must say them. She asked him, "Oh, them are get the rest of money." He must say, "Well, because the shareholders, and to him know the shareholders, they will find a way, and him know them and fight to come up." They're not trying to answer the opposition leader, then, brother. Eh? The man dumb, brother.
But
Yeah.
look, we can go off for what Daryl Vaz said.
Yeah,
Remember that Daryl Vaz came out and it was as a matter of fact, right? He sounded more impressive when he was talking about the 110 new buses, school buses, until when we rush him. You understand the year say the 110 new school buses turn 110 old buses. And then we rush him. You understand? Now you see we shot 110 buses. We only accounted for 60. So hold on, it is not the only situation that Daryl Vaz involved in.
No.
Remember, said that Daryl Vaz undervalue, right? The hotel in Ochi, that's all.
In a
Undervalue the hotel.
Yes.
And then went to Mexico and collect money on it. Right? So Daryl Vaz cannot be trusted. The questions that Mark Bolin asking Daryl Vaz, they are legitimate questions.
Yes.
And number one, remember, you can't go into a deal and you want to close a deal and you don't know the interest rate. That no madness. Come on. Because if me and you know the deal, you understand, with a loan from the bank.
Yes.
Right?
Mm.
One of the first thing you want to know that if the bank is going to approve a loan, okay, what is the interest rate that you are going to approve the loan at? Because what if I will willing to take a loan, you understand, with a 4% interest rate?
Yes.
But the bank won't give me now 8% interest rate. I'm not going to take the loan. So those are information that is very necessary. You understand? Because remember, we need to know where the money is coming from. Because if you are going to utilize, said, the 150 million cat bond, which we start to believe, say, at the same again, the money.
Him get them height.
Right?
Yes.
Then, I mean, come on now. What happened to the people program as it relates to, the reconstruction of people homes who have been destroyed? Remember saying, that is the purpose of the insurance, catastrophe bond,
Yes.
You understand, to deal with reconstructions of people homes.
Mm-hmm.
So then, why are you, if that is the case, why are you taking the 150 million cat bond and give it to JPS? The thing about it, loan sum, if you do, as it relates to JPS profit turnover for year 23 and 24.
24, yes.
You understand, for those 2 years. You see that JPS can long help themselves. Mm-hmm. And I'm asking the question, why is it necessary for us, you understand, to giving them loan? Me just can't see it.
Me not see it neither.
And it don't really make no sense to me.
No.
It just I cannot rationalize that in my thought process to say, well, all right, okay, I understand where he's going, right? This sounds feasible, right? Because I am saying, look, Jamaica don't have any, look, the country economy, right, is in the abyss.
Yes.
We don't have a period. So, I mean, oh, we are tech. You understand the catastrophe ban money. Or wherever I'm claim same I get it from. And I give JPS. Number one again. All right, look. Based on what Mark Golden stated, I could do the match for the people as it relates to. I am asking the question, Wayne. Right? We are going to give JPS $350 million, right? Loan in totality, right? So far as it relates to what Darrell Vaz came out and said, right, in terms of he secured 150 million, right, which we believe are the cat ban. Then the following morning, he came out and said he found another 50 million from the OUR.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
And then, okay, 200 million. So it's no more longer 200 million that he need to get to total the 350 million. So him have a short of 150 million. Yeah. Right? I am saying, all right. I have been asking the value for JPS. What is the total value of JPS? So if I am to take Mark Golden word for it as it relates to we own 20% of JPS shares, 20%, right? And that 20% would value, right, $70 million, as according to what Mark Golden is saying, right? Then, of course, that would be 1/5. That would be 1/5 of the that would be 1/5 of the amount. And if that is the 1/5 of the amount, then you'd have to now multiply the 70 by 5. We should give you now 350 million, the very same amount.
With all respect, though, JPS probably more than $1 billion US now because them buy it for 200. Yes. And we gone up and everything gone up. So we know different from even when Mark asks him, we know said that because them not do no valuation. That's why them want to do a valuation.
Yes.
But we know say probably more than that. Careful to fix it. You know, more than that.
Remember, say it passed through certain damages, certain of them equipment. We don't know how much of their equipment damage.
Yeah, so that's what I say. If you have so much, all right. So if Kingston and St. Andrew damage so much and thing, and the damage on it for the equipment damage and it costs that for repair. So if you put that and put the rest, you know, say it value a piece of money. You know, we in a construction and we don't know that because remember if half it gone in a brother and the damage come to this, so and this up and running, so we don't know. So okay, it value this and this, especially in a them time. But we them to do that and we put the amount of money with value.
Yeah, me just say if we utilize, you know, and then we just say if we utilize Mark Golden formula in terms of 1/5 equal to $70 million. 1/5 of the amount equal to $70 million, and you multiply that by 5 would give you $350 million.
Yeah, but only Mark couldn't tell the value neither. Even if him says
yeah, we know. We just go by that.
Yes, I couldn't tell you the value. If you have a lot with 20 car and 10 damage or tight and it was the 350,000, then me know say the rest. You understand?
Yeah.
Half a little more than half. So me know say it have a value.
Yeah.
You understand this? Because part it mash up and then it value this 1/3 it mash up, 1/3, and then it value this. So me know say it must value more than that overall. But just show is a private company, do my brother. And the people them are suffer. Zin Byron? Yes. And when the people them are suffer, you can't take the cat ban like what you say and leave the people. Remember, you know?
Exactly.
Him say I give them for 5 years. But yes, I want to play it, but I make Pat come in first. I want to play, because I get to know mad brother. I want to play the Dean Jackson Miller thing, and then I show the thing with them and thing. But I want Pat come in and open the floor first. Yeah. And I want to play that and make on the ear and you on the talk on this. Because I can't show no half, you know, brother.
All right. Let me get me notes. Let me get me notes. I know
notes. Pat. You have to get the note on this, boy.
Yeah, let me take the notes.
Take the notes. Yes, Pat.
Greetings and blessings once again to everyone.
Big up yourself, Pat.
We are here. Yeah, and we have a lot to talk about tonight because I mean, this administration cannot answer any question must be answered in a true and transparent way. This administration has been lying all along for more than a decade as it relates to, you know, public interest. Now, when we look at the situation surrounding the Jamaica Public Service Company and where the majority shareholders lie, yeah, we are looking at two foreign entities, Japan and South Korea. And so they having the majority of 80% control. Government has 19% and minority shareholder at up to 1%. Now it is very, dumbfounded for the government to be 100% financing the restoration program that JPS has
True.
to undertake. And so we have, very serious question to ask government. But will we get an answer? I doubt it very much. We do get an answer, we'll get a big category 5 lie. That this is how they operate. And so, when the leader of the opposition, Sir Mark Wallen, question, you know, certain aspect as it relates to value of the entity. And this government cannot come and put a figure on the table as the valuation of JPS. It's cause for concern. And you would have to ask then, if you don't know the value of an entity, why would you be investing 250 million US? You know, can't have this type of behavior practice has been going on for too long. And this is where we see, the fragile and frailty of how the government handles the situation of the country as it relates to the country state of affairs. When you can't get people in authority to speak clarity on matters, a cause for concern. We as, troubadour of Jamaica, living outside of Jamaica, having the passion and the desire to see Jamaica progress, we have to come out and put a rubber stamp on this matter. Because this look like and smell like corruption all over once again. I yield back the floor.
All right, so let me play this now. Let me play what Sir Mark said to him, and then I play the other one, and then I play Dear Jackson Miller. Watch this. This I get to know, Matt. Watch this.
For JPS to fund the 200 million gap, and whether you would ensure that that funding is in place before you expose our $150 million.
Let me indicate very clearly for all of Jamaica to hear. The meeting that we had yesterday morning, where the Minister of Finance and the Financial Secretary was there, we ironed out a way forward, realizing the seriousness and the time-sensitive nature of this response. So the first answer to your question is that this government is prepared on behalf of the people of Jamaica to release the $150 million in whatever tranches are required as quickly as possible to get the restoration going. And that's it.
Remember, that's not people. The rest, me no want to say not yet, just go and take note, because I play Dear Jackson Miller. So him get a question, to ask him if, if for the money and what have you. Hear this now. Hear this.
Time that this has happened. This
And
has
this is where a JLP minion put up. Minister Vaz beat and teach 28 cooks. Them think of the 28 bank account with Andrew Holness them talk about, eh? Yes. All right, continue.
administration and this minister had given a commitment to the people of Jamaica that we were going to negotiate.
That now the negotiation now nothing to do with the money where them are lend. All right, just hear this.
A new license.
Now not
We
for
didn't
the
say
license.
who the new license would be with. And at this point, what I have stated here today is that I have separated Melissa and the needs that the JPS needs for Melissa in terms of funding to bring forward the timelines. And I can state here.
All right, remember now, he might have the discussion this week. So that means he never, that make it even worse, Byron. Take your note. He never will lend the money because, hear what I say? He bring fast the timeline, hear what I'm going to do with it.
No, that the contract with the consultants out of the UK,
The contract with the consultants out
Yes.
of the UK is already this week.
were signed yesterday. They
It's-
arrive here next week. The
Next week them arrive. So if them are gonna meet next week, the first week in December, and when they can come to one, them negotiate. Why you lend them more money? Because them can't go raise money from the market same way. You hear what I'm saying, man?
Yeah, which don't make no sense.
All right, continue.
negotiating team of the government of Jamaica is ready to go to the table with the JPS next week with the hope of coming to some kind of agreement or to have a
So next week, that's why you lend me more money. That make it even worse now. Because you say next week this is gonna happen, you know. You hear what I'm saying? Continue.
disagreement so we know exactly which road we are going down.
Okay.
So to ask me about a valuation when a negotiation is just starting,
So you must start the negotiation. This is
It
what
don't make no
must
sense.
this. Because you must start the negotiation now, but hear this.
and the license is very explicit on what happens if the government takes the position that they are going to buy out the assets of the existing electricity provider.
So them all the time about buy, remember Jamaica block. For you buy 80% back of this, because you have to buy it out, you cannot sell it to somebody else, so you know. You have to take it over, go and run it and look at buyer. You see when I have finished, I'm not finished off Jamaica in a part. I miss them, remember them now the money, you know. You hear my talk tough? Continue.
So that is a premature question that I can't answer because I don't reach here yet. Because it might not even be necessary.
Hear this.
So that's number one. Number two, the meeting that I had yesterday
Hear this.
with the chairman of the JPS, the CEO of the JPS, and the CFO of the JPS, in relation to what we agreed, was unanimous.
You hear him say what we agreed. Hear this.
As the best way forward
Okay.
to deal with the current situation and to make sure that we don't delay it and we go on the same path, which is to try and come with an agreement in the shortest possible time with the negotiation teams.
The shortest say them and negotiate next week. So why you lend them more money? I don't want them miss this, you know, come here, people are talking and them miss a party, you know what I'm saying, you know. We are look out for them next week. Shortest possible time in a negotiation. All right, continue.
At the table. Any attempt to rush a negotiation because you are responding to Melissa would be irresponsible and it would only delay.
Nobody no ask him who asked him this. For attempt irresponsible and delay. Continue.
The process of restoration because that can't happen in a day, a week, a month, or 2 months, or 6 months. 2 years in itself is a stretch. But my commitment on behalf of this government is that we are going to go to the table and we are going to try, and based on the meeting that we had yesterday, and the fact that they know already the fundamental changes that we want, that we will have a path that will either take us to consensus or we move to the next point, which is options. The government is still in control.
You don't have control of nothing at all. And by the way, the government don't have the money for even buy your JPS at this time. Me not even ask. See them a beg all over the place. All right, can we in a recession, you know? Continue.
Of this negotiation and has the leverage because we are the
No leverage. Can you not take the money give them?
one who have
Continue.
to issue the license whenever that time comes.
People, you see we don't have the light now. If you know you see the light, so you have light. You see the man, hey, I pump this, you know. The man chat at me, you know. But me have to play him. Mystic and Pat, me have to play him. Because me I show him stupid. Continue.
So I want to make Jamaica assured that Melissa has not shifted that when if it was negotiated differently, it could have easily given the government less leverage
Yeah,
based on the circumstances. I want to mention about Petrojam, You ask some questions. I'm prepared to get those answers for you and give you as we usually communicate, because that is important information. You mentioned Paradise Solar. You said we didn't mention anything about LNG. You would have seen the statement from JPS about what they are doing for the customers of JPS in terms of no disconnections, payment plans, etc., etc. The JPS knows exactly from Beryl where this government stands. The OUR is already on top of their game, and we are going to make sure that before anything happens in relation to any discussion about price increase or rate increase, that a proper discussion is had. And
but you can't stop them from price increase. When you have something like this, me not ask them. The dollar devalue Byron and melting pot. From when them come in, when it was 120, 121, now we're 162. You think JPS are going to negotiate and say, I'm going to do it cheaper than what they get oil from Byron? That will name bankruptcy.
This is crazy. This is crazy.
I'll be a garbage I'm talking about. People light or go. Me not ask them. Continue. But this is what I'm doing. Continue.
It is evaluated, and whatever it is has to be communicated and dealt with. If it becomes that way, you are going a bit further because you reach to that point. Where I reach is to make sure what I announced today happens in the shortest possible time to ease the burden and the suffering of those who don't have not even a tarpaulin over their head.
So how the light give them a tarpaulin? Hey, a madman, hey brother, me feel angry, you know, but me have to pray, you know. The guy, him a mash me up, you know, brothers. Continue. Me continue. So how this take for 150 million give them? Give you a tarpaulin over your head. Eh? Continue.
So I give you the assurance that that is on my radar. And if that is inevitable, we will manage it and we'll make sure that we do what we have to do to ease the burden on the customers of the JPS.
Oh, you ease what kind of burden? There is no burden for get ease. I'll be a garbage I'm talking confused. Yeah. David, I'm confused. Am I idiot?
You asked about interest rate. We got approval yesterday. The Ministry of Finance, I think at this hour, if not this evening, tomorrow morning, will start discussions with JPS. And as I said before, we have to be very careful, because if we are lending the money and the interest rate is not reasonable.
People, Sir Golden have talked to him about interest rate too, you know. Continue.
And by the way, it's consolidated fund money. It's not borrowed money, it's consolidated
fund money. Are the same 150 million, Byron?
Yes.
Plus 50, continue.
But guess what? If you don't spend $150 million to do this, and you spend it on some house,
hear this,
and fix some school, and some water, and you don't have light, the $150 million don't value nothing.
The people that better, maybe just ask before I move again. So, people in anything in a life, you see, now what you carry, everything what you have. For every human being, the first thing of food, shelter, and clothes. Food including water, you know. You hear what the man that said, come on? Eh? The man, you know, in the business about the baby them. The one them don't respond. The old people them were outside. In the business about you know the elements. It's a private company, and him take the insurance money and give to them. But can raise money. Him say, I'm going to deal with where I'm going to deal with, you know. Yeah? Next week, they're going to do that. But yes, still, in the business, I'm going to play about this. It's unbelievable. People, that's what I tell you, say, no good, hear this.
And as I said before, we have to be very careful, because we are lending the money and the interest rate is not reasonable.
Water.
And by the way, it's consolidated fund money. It's not borrowed money, it's consolidated fund money. But guess what? If you don't spend $150 million to do this, and you spend it on some house, and fix some school, and some water, and you don't have light.
People, remember you don't water, you know, you're not surviving, people. And you know, have no roof over your head, you know, so you know the elements of sickness that you know survive neither, you know. See? And him a think about the school, the things that have to uplift. Him say, I'm a matter of fact, him say light first. Hear this.
The $150 million don't value nothing.
Him say nobody
Because
nothing.
light, electricity is the most important thing.
Man, yeah, I don't know school you go, but this is fucked up. I don't know them both for him. Electricity can important than your food and water. Then your home and your roof over your head. That isn't better. And the first me I hear this, you know, better. In the history of the world, even the dumbest man wanna say something like this. This is a total disrespect to even if him vote on them very dunce. The guy said your water and thing don't mean nothing if you don't have electricity.
Before, we have to be very careful.
We can't
because
believe this.
If we are lending the money and the interest rate is not
We can't believe
reasonable,
it.
and by the way, it's consolidated fund money.
Yes.
Not borrowed money, it's consolidated fund money. But guess what? If you don't spend $150 million
Listen.
to do this, and you spend it on some house,
House,
and fix some school,
school,
and some water,
and
and we don't have
water.
light.
What life? How long you can do without water, people? Because you can do without life for the rest of your life, you know. Yeah, you can't live back in the days. How long you can live without water? How long them can live without water? What? 2 months, 3 months? You feel so? And him point it out, it's a light. And the number one thing, listen.
The $150 million don't value nothing. Because light, electricity is the most important thing in a recovery as we speak now.
Brother, I must food, clothes, and shelter. Food including water. Somebody just say food, clothes, and shelter. Food and shelter and clothes. Put it in any sequence. Because if them not survive and them not have a roof over them head, they kind of the elements you not survive, you will 6 same way. Yeah? Round and remember, water clean up the place that the disease we are run now. If you don't have the water, it will kill the same way. This man is an idiot. You understand me? I say you need a clip here. You will get that clip here. I can't believe it though. Because right now, leptospirosis that kill people, you know. Other thing that kill people, people can't wash them hand, you know. You go pull now, brother. I can't believe so this is a minister say this. Not my word. You won't tell Dan Jackson Miller now. Because you have a thing with him that cuss. When him that cuss them say PMP wicked, I'm going to play that. But I'm going to play Dan Jackson Miller. You won't say to Dan Jackson Miller now. It's unbelievable.
Big question out there is what about the rest of the money?
The 200 million, right? If you're loaning 150.
All right, so Diana asked him the same question Mark G asked him now. Me can't believe the apart them cut out and play back here. Because germs are run Jamaica, right? I know. When I pray that it throw me off. Me feel so angry, it's unbelievable. So I just your life in water, Byron. If you don't know how you get your place sanitized, brother, without water, germs are going to kill you, brother.
Pure madness.
Me can't believe this. You hear that part?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I hear it, man. Yeah, which matter.
And their estimate is 350.
So it was 200 million that was the shortfall. Overnight, I was able to clarify that there is $50 million that they have applied for through the Emergency Development Fund, Disaster Fund, which is monitored by the OUR, Office of Utilities Regulation, and that is being processed. So we are down to 150 million. The question is, as the leader of the opposition is positing, do we wait for the other $150 million, which could take another 2 months?
It is.
And do nothing?
People want to know this, you know. Byron and Pat note it. Him said, do we wait for the next 2 months? Remember the people them not have it yet, you know. But you hear how him say them raise it. This is what we ask. Listen.
Which would extend the April-May deadline to probably June or July. Or does a responsible, compassionate government lend $150 million on the basis that they are going to get a restoration, all island, within the period of time that we have asked for it?
So, brother, if you read 350 million, can me do maths code? We crunch numbers. and you get 200 million out of it, you get 150, or you gonna get your that means the Tongo didn't want the 200 million then. Because if you don't have the next 150, it cannot done. When I talk a garbage, same way, you reach halfway and stop. You see the man I eat that again. Continue.
It is specific for that purpose. And the answer from my side, I can answer for the opposition side, is that we took the right decision simply because not only do people want and need light, but no country can recover and even start to get back to normalcy without the restoration of light across the country.
All right, couple of quick questions then. One, what I am not understanding though, even taking the total amount to be provided, 150 from the loan, 50 from the emergency disaster fund, leaving 150. But if JPS is saying the damage amounts to 350 million, then you are saying that the loan will enable JPS to provide the electricity restoration within the period we've asked for. But how that don't sound like that maths out to me. If they're still going to have 150 million worth of damage that's not funded, that's not covered.
So the bottom line is that, as I indicated in Parliament and this morning, the suspension of dividends have been in effect from July of this year. The JPS and the shareholders, especially the shareholders, are companies of means. So although the figure of $150 million may sound extravagant or exorbitant for me and you, in the scheme of things for the company and its operations, I am confident that now that the government has stepped in and eased the burden of them having to raise $300 million, yes, that in parallel to what they are doing in terms of the restoration, which I'm hoping to have boots on the ground here by the second week of December, yes, I am confident that between the government of Jamaica and the JPS shareholders, we will work out a way to make sure that the funding is fully covered.
So you hear this? So them work out a way because the shareholders them are raised. So why them never raised to them part before? Why they never raise the money before? They either talk and finish and then raise the rest. So they make no sense. Same and the end now.
And as I said before, we were not prepared to go the full way.
Right, I did hear you.
If not go the full way, so if not give them the rest now, you hear what I'm saying? He might prepare not to go the full way. So now he might find the rest. You hear this, you know? All right, continue. Hear this.
Jump in because we did hear you say that. Yeah, but you're repeating yourself and we're nearly out of time.
No, I'm finishing to say that nothing is off the table if the JPS performs according to what we have agreed on.
That sounds like
what we agreed on. You know, see them agreement.
Some backdoor decision was taken because the reality. Hold on, let me ask my question. Let me ask my question because the reality is that the JPS is still a business, and if a business does not have certainty in terms of their operations and their forward planning, there's absolutely no incentive on them to put any kind of money at risk to go into any kind of, well, for want of a better word, inconvenience to the company.
So let me tell you again what she has said, and this is what we have said, right, Byron and Lydie. If me in our company, I know say, okay, me now go back into the contract, me now re-sign the contract, why am I going to find money, I borrow money, and then repay the place sooner? And me that's why you just buy me out. You understand, brother? Why am I going to find money to try to fix it back? And then you say, boy, me now push this contract. And then, why am I going to do that with time and pressure and everything? Me don't want you to pay me out. You hear this? Continue. Hear this.
When they think that if their license could expire in 2 years.
The bottom line
so was an assurance given to them that restore within a certain amount of time and will extend the license?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. What was said to them is that if you perform according to what we have agreed on the first $150 million, then discussions can take place if there is And
No, you see him lie again. Him say, well, discussion can take place. Him tell me the discussion will take place next week. A matter of fact, them have to discuss with them because them have 80%. So this a lie, he make agreement with them. You saw him lie? You see the football and I'm not brain better? Him said, no, we're not. But yes, still it's about we assure them. We agree with them. If you perform to how we want it, then we are have. You can't stick up JPS. A JPS have the angle. Can them pull out now, you have to find the one of the money, you have to pay them for them thing too. Because international, you can't just take it from them, so. It not going to work. You understand? That I just push Jamaica in a bigger turmoil. But Pums Vaz attack can be a lie, you know. In cut agreement and then the people them for suffer. You hear me?
Yeah.
I'm going to fix it. Because we're going to sign back this week, you know. Fix it and we know it's a boom bam bam. And that thing though, continue. And by the way, after the PSOJ here, because I remember so the hotel them done and then enough business and enough of them big thing they are done, right? So the PSOJ push this year. You understand? And them. In the business about the people, them, you know.
Definitely.
People
Yes,
them go back and work with germs and spread it because they want to have water for beer that no, you know, nothing for sanitize up and think I'm not business about the water, nothing right now, you know. I just the light. I just the big boy them business in business about here. Continue.
but they may not be a need. And what I'm saying to you is while they do what they are doing, we are providing them with the capital to restore the lights across Jamaica in 3 months earlier. And anybody who can question a decision like that for all different purposes, not for only the sufferation of the people, but the economy of the country, the earnings for JPS to get back customers to be able to pay bills, etc., etc. It's a win-win for everybody.
It's a win-win for everybody. When this time we have over 100,000 home, but down, I don't know if them are connect light pan them, pan the people, them body parts. Because this don't make no sense. Eh? Continue.
I don't.
Yeah, this better. Well, put him outside and make a deal with them case now, you know. But we just play a little part and next minute.
I want to just deal with the fact that we have taken a decision that won't compromise us with an extension of the existing license, which is a flawed license.
Why not a sovereign guarantee instead? Why not a sovereign guarantee instead?
The Ministry of Finance is who advised us on this at the highest level.
Brother, I'm offering the whole cabinet and them, you know, and even one of the people. And you're the one of them behind this, the cabinet decision. Hear this.
And I have no reason to question them. This is
all you're saying on the reason for question about your chat so big. Hear this?
That they have.
But they must have told you why though. Why not a sovereign guarantee?
They told me nothing. They told me exactly.
And you didn't ask questions?
But I don't need to ask questions.
Really?
That's not my portfolio responsibility.
What?
Minister Williams is more than competent than the financial secretary.
And you don't even ask any question?
But all I want is to restore light, and if the Ministry of Finance is going to support me to do that, why am I questioning them?
Because
you see garbage in coming. You see it. I hear this again.
They can have different routes to a particular aim, Minister, and there's nothing wrong with asking if this is the best route.
My dear, we are a collective government.
Dion.
And I respect.
Dion.
I respect.
Dion.
My counterpart.
Yeah, my dear. She said, Dion, children are foolishness. You're dear with good vals.
And my colleagues, and I respect my cabinet decision, and therefore this is a cabinet decision. So even if I had another thought, it would mean nothing because it's the cabinet of the country that makes the final decision.
I couldn't hear what we do it, you know, and the whole cabinet, and I'm alone.
Based on what we put to them.
Okay, hopefully at some point somebody can explain to us why, but we appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
I appreciate your time, and I hope that we will get the full support in the coming days and weeks to restore electricity to all of Jamaica.
You know, Minister, people can ask questions about government decisions without y'all branding them bad mind, you know, which is a common thing that is done. People can ask, is there another way to do it without the response being to jump up and down and say everybody bad mind, because I do agree with you.
The bad mind still going on, eh? I didn't mention that word. I didn't even
No, man,
remember about it
it
today.
ran all through your response.
Just slap him. Just slap. Hey, let me go to the floor in a minute because you sit there
All
and
right.
you have to take note. Which one
All
am I
right.
take it there, take it there.
All right. You what happened now? Because I am just going to approach it as it relates to good common sense business, right? And something is just not adding up as it relates to the whole confusion of what Darrell Vaz is trying to explain. And let me say why. Now we are going to loan in totality 350 million US dollars. When I would happy if Dean Jackson Miller asks as it relates to the potential ability of how JPS is going to really make a profit, right? To live within that contractual agreement in terms of time and what, as according to Darrell Vaz, the commitments between the government and JPS. Now, this is where I'm going. Remember that JPS client base would have been affected, Wayne.
Yes.
Right? And when I said affected, I mean affected severely.
Yes, man.
Right? Okay. Many medium business and include large business, when you look at a store like Mega Mart,
Gone.
would have been affected, gone.
Gone.
All right. The rush in terms of, you understand, bringing back the so-called electricity, right? To who is going to be the beneficiary of this rush of electricity? The reason why I'm asking that question.
I'll tell them I'm gonna try to look fine now.
Exactly. See, this is where I'm going here. This is where I'm going.
Yes.
Who is going to be the beneficiary of this rush in getting back electricity? Because here what happened now.
Yes.
If you go back to ground zero, and you go back to the hurricane pathway,
yes,
many of the homes that destroyed, right? They are not going to be able to, you understand, build back a home to him have a JPS wire attached to it.
That's it.
So then, okay, all right, let us talk about what we want to talk about is the ability of JPS, you understand, potential in terms of amid all of this destruction and JPS losing, right, a good amount of client base.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
All JPS is going to be, profitable, function profitable.
Raise up. Them have to push up them money, brother. It have to. Them have to.
Well, I know we know you understand everything what I'm saying.
No.
You want more for the people know.
Yes.
In order, you understand, as a result of JPS, you understand, a large chunk of its client base damaged, cut off.
Yes.
Are not going to be able to reconnect to JPS for those who lose their homes, business who have lost their business totally. Yes. You understand? Okay, let us ask, what sort of rate now the government is going to set to JPS, and also what sort of interest rate that JPS is going to set to the customer.
That's it.
And for those customers who still around, those are partially said 8 parishes are whatever parishes that are unaffected and able to be intact with their service, right? What is going to happen to them? Are they going to face any increase in electricity to facilitate, you understand, the trunk of JPS client base? You understand that loss? Oh, Jake, it not look like, listen to me. This look like a level of criminality that is going on. That, look, we want more detail need to come, because giving JPS 350 million. And here what happened, what he said again, that I'm very much suspicious. He said, I don't borrow money. It's a money from out of the consolidated fund.
And the 150.
Well, I know, which tell me Wayne. Which they tell me now, Wayne,
yes.
that the catastrophe money,
Yeah.
you understand, right, is already placed in the CDF,
Yes.
the
Yeah.
consolidated fund.
I think you know.
Because here we go now, and here why, to show you that this is criminal, you know. To show you what you are doing is criminal now. Let me tell you why now. You know, the consolidated fund, remember, you know, the NIS in it.
Yes.
The NHT in it.
Yeah.
The income tax in it.
Yeah.
The PAY in it. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? And you put the catastrophe bond in it. You understand?
In the US, brother.
But
Mystic. Remember that a Jamaican money at about, but this a US 150
Yes.
million US.
exactly.
Yeah, right. So
Exactly.
that's-
So what's this now? This is a way to confuse auditors, you know.
Yes.
You understand? When you put it in the consolidated fund, you know. You understand? So the items now cannot be properly tracked and be audited.
Yes.
You understand? Because you are just pulling from the consolidated fund. All these items that gone into the consolidated fund, you pull one big money out of the consolidated fund. You understand? Which items get affected? So I'm very much suspicious as it relates to, you know, what is going to happen as it relates to, and these are the questions that some of the journalists that need to ask. You understand? How GPS is going to operate on a profitable base. They need to explain that. Darrell Vaz need to explain that to say, okay, all right. Based on what we are doing with JPS, right? And we are lending them, said, at 2% interest rate. Because we can't go too hard upon them, you understand? Because it is going to be difficult in terms of the interest rate and what they are going to pay us.
Then I'll take it from the people, yes.
Exactly. I am saying, you understand, how JPS is going to make, you understand, any profit to pay back the government. Oh, in terms of the time being given, because you have to talk about time, you know. You understand? You have to look on the principal time and rate. You understand, David? As it relates to your simple interest. You understand? And based on your formula basis. So I am saying right here, so now, all right. The short space of time that you give JPS to turn over, right? And do whatever. Right? Is it feasible? Is it feasible, Wayne, as it relates to the amount of clients that cut off, that JPS is still going to function in a profitable way?
Them all right, them have to rise them thing better. It not me not ask.
So again, in order to the way how I am saying it, there is no way JPS can come through without giving a significant raise to the consumers. No way. So when Darrell Vaz I say a bullshit, that don't make sense. So the questions we need to ask is how JPS is going to be able to be profitable. You understand? When X amount of the client base cut off, and that's my thing there. I am not seeing nothing through that, and that's my thing there. You understand? I am not seeing how they are going to be, you understand, profitable based on the time given. You understand that they are going to perform, and me just not understand that. Me just not understand that. So, Pat, I'm healing back.
Well, you know, from where we sit, you know, as three brothers, yeah, and looking in on the situation that's around government and the there's that air of suspicion. Because first and foremost, we have to look on the length of the contract that currently exists. It's less than 2 years, roughly about 19 months left. Yeah. And for the simple fact of the matter, that the majority shareholders have not come up with any investment to fund this restoration program, shows that these people are looking to pull out. This is why we are not getting any concrete statement coming from Darrell Pums Vaz.
Yeah.
Because
Hold on there. You can increase the volume because even the people that say them can't add the area. So increase the volume.
So they might
you hear me more better now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Simple fact of the matter that, you know, there is some form of disagreement between the current shareholders yeah, and the government. And that is one of the reasons why current shareholder is not looking forward to extend the contract. So when you hear Darrell Vaz talk about new license and consultant coming in from the UK and the contract has been signed already and all these things, it is a clear indication that there will be new operation team in place running the GPS. So this is why him can't talk about anything pertaining to even where I lend them, what will be the interest and the loan. Because these people are not entertaining anything because they see that the sector has been damaged to an extent where they are not going to be viable or profitable over a period of time based
Exactly.
on the fact that the customer base has been, you know, destroyed to an extent, maybe about
Exactly, Melting
40%,
Pot.
40% to 50% a customer
You
will not
understand?
be up and ready for them to start, show some growth on the investment where they take from the government. But Darrell Pums Vaz, yeah, under pressure from the PSOJ because we know for a fact that the government operate off of the PSOJ guidance, and them really around the country. You understand? And 100 them around the country, so to speak, in terms of decision making. PSOJ are the
You're
one.
right. You're right, Pot.
So they want the hotel sector and all other entities that they operate in Jamaica to be up and running, fully functioning with electricity. So this is why they have to use the cat ban, yeah, 150 million and give it up front. Well, him say him raise another 50 million from the OUR, Office of Utility Regulation, so 200 million upfront already. All right, we know there's another 150 million outstanding. But even to the extent that the government has allocated 200 million, we are not seeing the shareholder, the majority shareholder, Japan and South Korean company entity, saying anything about the next 150 million, how much of it they're gonna, show up to make the thing go through. So we are having, you know, some serious question where we have to ask right now. Because just a few pointers here. Yeah. Him said there will be no disconnection. Him said there will be payment plan. And him talk about no increase in electricity bill. And him said that comes under the whole auspices of the OUR, that they are on top of everything. So they will preside over all of these regulation that him stipulation that him put in place as it relates to no disconnection, a structured payment plan, and no increase in electricity bill. Now I must ask Darrell Pums Vaz, how on earth you come up with such a package when you don't seem to have a counterpart at the negotiation table? Right now, me I look on just the government
Crazy.
I come up with these things. The majority shareholders them know you're not talking with them. That's why the people them don't have no interest in renewing the license. That's why it run down to this extent. And we know how contract go. When a contract reach to this stage, it's almost in a stalemate. Yeah. You cannot lend money on an unsecure basis. Because where is the security? All of this money, where is the security? It's just like in the UK. If you are selling a house, yeah, and the lease that is on the house run down to a certain level, you not get no money to borrow to deal with that because we know how these things go. So Darrell Vaz hide a lot of things from we. Yeah, him not speak the truth. What him need to
No.
tell the Jamaican public at large is that GPS, there's a dark cloud hanging over GPS currently. And they are now looking for new investors. They must come out and tell the truth. That's
Yeah.
why you hear him talking all type of gibberish. Yeah? This is why I can't tell you, well, we're lending the 350 million US at a 1% or a 2% interest rate. Yeah, him come and use a little frivolous conversation If we are lending the money, then we want to know that the interest rate is reasonable. Reasonable, you must know the number attached as it relates to interest rate. What is reasonable in terms of interest rate and doing business? Where you're lending money. You must know what the rate is, and you must speak with clarity as a minister. But then again, him say it's not him responsibility as the minister to know these things. Him leave it to other member. You know,
You know,
so
I'm
we
allowed to
ask
be
him
out
what.
in the parliament. No, I'm allowed to be out in
That
the
me I say,
parliament.
Byron, you know, we have to ask the question what kind of minister him is. Him not fit for the job. Him not fit for the job, you know, because a minister is supposed to know the ins and outs within the sector that you are the minister of. So this guy is talking gibberish. Yeah. Him want to do the restoration like 3 months earlier. Yeah. Bring back like 3 months earlier. Because him under pressure from the PSOJ. It's not for the people, you know. This is, if you notice, you know, the 150 million, you know, we're supposed to start, you know, spend on the people restoration. Yeah, we get damaged. And the light him a deal with. Okay? If not look about nothing, no shelter, nothing for the people. This money now gone into light, but this wasn't an agreement that this money should spend on light when the light is not being run by the Jamaican government. That is a all right. That is an entity, you know, where 80% of the shareholder, yeah, is from outside of Jamaica, 19% by the government, and a 1% to minority shareholder. So it can't be the government now funding the entire restoration bill. It cannot. We are not hearing from the partners, both partners. We are only hearing from them who only have 19% share. So right now, what Darrell Vaz has projected to me, the way I see it, is that the government partially now have the control at GPS, so to speak. Some hanky-panky agreement between the current shareholder and the government has taken place. Darrell Vaz does not want to say what it is because it don't look good and it don't sound good. Yeah, because Darrell Vaz don't even know what the true value of the entity where I invest 350 million US. You know, white value. Him don't know. Him don't know where I'm going to get as interest rate for the 350 million US. Him can't tell you nothing. But these are real issues that we should know. And so when Dean Jackson Miller question him to the point where, you know, him need to have more clarity, him say, well, it's not being portfolio. But I think it is portfolio and his responsibility to speak on these matters. Now, and next thing when you look upon and know so these guys are some real hardcore criminals. Yeah. We all know about the consolidated fund where them set up. Yeah. And we all know about the various amount of different agency money we dump into that. Yeah. And so as you rightfully stated, Sir Byron, there can be no auditing of this consolidated fund.
Exactly.
When you look at, you know, the special consumption and fuel that should have been used primarily for road restoration program. But that money goes into the consolidated fund. You just have to look at how many gas stations we have island-wide and how many liters of fuel has been sold on a daily basis. And all of these money should be in a separate sector, different from consolidated fund. It should be separate and apart to itself. Where you know, so when you look over this, so you know, so the special consumption duty that half of fuel, and you know, say at that deal with road. When you look for NHT, yeah, NIS, income tax, yeah, and all these various other taxes, and then you go and take up the cat ban and put it in it. You know, so the government have play some type of, what they call it now, shadow boxing. Shadow boxing,
Exactly.
you know.
Exactly.
Instead of asking them a play with the country finance, and we have to make them know so we answer them where this is concerned. Because the Minister of Finance, we don't hear nothing from she, as she's supposed to speak on some of them matters there, as it relates to the investment side of things. But we don't hear nothing from she because this is government money. You understand? And government finance, so we should hear something from people. But she can't speak on this matter. I don't think she adverse to the knowledge of what's going on. So probably she have to get some briefing and some coaching before we hear from her. So it's a whole shamble of affairs in Jamaica. And Darrell Vaz not fit for the position as the man in charge and Minister of Transport and Energy and all sector, telecommunication. He not fit that role because from you can brief the society as to the true state of affairs surrounding GPS and the restoration of light in Jamaica, where we are not seeing any investment coming from these people who have made over 172 million in the last 3 years. Yeah, but they're not prepared to put back any into a sector that they are running. It shows that these people are pulling out. That is a clear picture. That is how the water looks. These investors are pulling out because the situation is so bad in Jamaica in terms of what their profit margin is in comparison to what they have invested. So these people now want to go. So Pumba, they need to come tell me who you have in mind because we know there's something in the pipeline surrounding change where GPS is concerned in terms of the investors. The old investors are on their way out. They need to tell us who are the new investors. They have line up coming now. That is why you get the people from UK as a consultant, to come tell you the ins and out. We are not stupid. So it is just easier if you should have come out and explain the true situation surrounding the energy company. Yeah? Because the cat ban money, supposed to be rebuilding the people life, not restoring light. So I want to know, what about the net reserve where the government said them have? Couldn't that 350 million US come out of the net reserve? Why you have to use the cat ban? Why? And why you have to take another 50 million from OUR? So where is the net reserve? These questions, need some answers and we need clarity because, we're not getting from the government in recent weeks. All we are seeing them playing is political football, with the situation in the country and running it a friend and come along business rather than running it as a national priority. POCJ is the one that pushing for us to get the light back up. Because when we get the light back up, we can get the hotel up and running again. Can get other ventures that we have up and running. Because that's the only interest them have. While the people are out there still suffering, yeah, government telling them that them have to wait X amount of time before them container house becomes available. While we know them could put the workman them to work and start, repairing the house, them and get the people them in. And one of the reasons, yeah, because GPS people them not fooling. Them realize if you're not restoring these people property, then how them going to supply them with light? And what they are hearing, they cannot wait until December, January before you fully restore light. But then when you fully restore light, you can't connect the light. So if they need have a program now that coincides simultaneously with fixing house and getting the light them back up and running, then you'd have see everything a fall and a merge into line. But they're only going about the light. But when the light restore, the property them still living at this state of disrepair. You can connect back light to them. Cause nobody now use them. They mash up by Hurricane Melissa. So why not, you know, go on a wider spread program where you fix property simultaneously alongside restoring back the light. That would be a better solution. JPS could have a clearer vision because JPS cannot operate with the low customer base, 701,000,
That is it, Pat. Hit the nail on
right?
the head.
701,000 customer. And when you look at the amount of customer affected that won't need any light right now because them building ready to have light restore back. Oh, JPS going to operate with about a loss of 40% of
That
the
more
customer
no.
base.
That more no.
Them have approximately like them have around 180 them say Sunday. Yeah, man say 175, me now go for 180,000 customer still without light.
Look at that.
So
No, no.
180,000.
If you take that away from the 701,000, you're almost down to 500,000, just over 500,000.
You see it?
You understand? 521,000.
So tell me how
No,
JPS is
that
going to be profitable.
it can't be profitable. Cannot be profitable. And then when you look on now what Pums Vaz is saying as I early outlined, yeah, he's saying that when the light come back on stream, even if you can't pay your light, no disconnection.
That can't
And
work. Brother,
can't work. And I'm going to set up
I remember that
right.
I remember I'm a madman. So and next thing when I'm saying when I'm said today and I want to listen again.
Yeah.
Him tell us say the investors them going to fight because the government now give them no more money,
Yes.
The investor them and him knows the investor them find it. So that's why I'm asking if the investor them can find 150 mil. Why it the Andos ask him and it Mark Holness ask him why them never find that money first.
Yeah.
Why them never find it?
Exactly.
Because if you
Because
not
the
find the
people
rest,
them not no interest. Them not no
but
interest to
just
continue.
But when me ask again, Pat, so if you say you want it done by January, first in January yesterday, now it's January, February, or it can done when I just barely little over half of the money, and you say they may find the rest. If you don't find the rest, oh, it can done, Pat, and mistake. It can't done. Meanwhile, the people them are suffer. And the chapel, some of them now have it, and have no water. And now, the man them no love people, man.
But
Yes,
remember, the man say in priority, yeah, to restore back light over water and food.
Over, say it again. Say it again, over shelter.
Well, Pums Vaz said, I'm priority, man, the government priority to restore light in
over
preference to
water.
food and water and even shelter.
And house and school. It don't make no sense to spend it on it. No,
it don't make no sense.
Hey,
And
people, brother, no more part, no more. But anybody, if you did say you vote for JLP, you hear this. You don't know how dangerous these people are. Yeah? Because a man I tell you, say, the water don't make no sense. Water are your life. Yeah? If you don't drink water for it, now a couple of days where you're gone.
Of course.
And then germs are spreading at the place, leptospirosis, everything, be that you're gone same way. Or if you come say these things, but when we put emphasis on that, your water,
yes,
your home, hey, the man ain't for go away, brother. Go away, man.
but you want to know which part him fling the dagger and stick Andrew and the whole of them in them hard time, say the cabinet decision,
Yeah.
Yes? Him say give him here.
Him say what? Him say
Yeah. So
which we know.
hear it.
No, which we know.
Hear it now.
We know.
Hear it now.
Yes.
Him say by giving JPS the 150 million is a win-win situation.
To him come all done.
Win-win situation, But the win-win is not, it does not include the public at large. It includes the government and the private sector.
Let me ask you something now. At times it's we're fling out some question with the three we are so here our brain right now. So and we have the big hotel down there, the 1,000 room and 3,000, the three away. So if we have the hotel and them one we for open a hotel, can damn it, you have to fix it too. So it now take 1 month and 2 months because the hotel we have to fix. They might have more than a year. That's the one we lock down now and put people for redundancy. Because them big places they mash up a wait to take a year. So they might put out people and lay off people, right? So we have hotel now, them want we for open the hotel, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we are open a hotel because our money cut to, you know. Or we are open a hotel for operate it for Andrew own them. When the people them dirty and can't wash or bathe or do nothing and have nothing. And then we
Very
have
good
visitor
question.
come. The germs them are give the visitor them.
What
So
do you mean?
how many people think and nasty, now have no water for bathe like what him say, and in the business, now have no light. Some of them are leave them because 2 and 5-year-old picnic and 10-year-old picnic to the mercy are pedophiles in a dark. If you go home, them have the water yard neither under tent and go work. Dirty same way, that makes sense?
And them
They don't
can, them
have
can,
a post neither. I wonder if them ever think. I wonder if you think what I say better.
and them can leave them little girl careless when again tie out there.
Like them also them can go in and you know it grip up and it lock up or something. Think about where you must say no man.
Wait,
They're not
wait,
thinking no better.
wait. Them can leave them little girl careless when again tie out there.
Hey, brother, no, I can't see me no, you know.
And many more, not just in time, many more. But when we are looking at it,
Yeah.
this government, yeah, them have a brain freeze, you know. Because I tell them from long time, you know, how them go about restoring Jamaica is a back way, you know, emphasis them put on the restoration program.
Yeah.
You understand? Because remember, you know, when you have the restoration program, the first priority is search and rescue, recovery mission. After that, you do a clean up exercise. And when we say clean up, we mean thoroughly clean up. So you're going to clear the debris, yeah, move them to respective dump site by doing your you know assortment. Yeah, you're going to wash off the mud them with water truck. You're going to get back the place looking in a acceptable condition. Yeah, and then you start the rebuilding exercise. Houses that need repairing by just putting on a roof. You put on a roof, and we tell you go the decking. You get the people them start to work back in the economy. Yeah. And even some of them hotels there who are pressure the government to get back light. They need to join in partnership with the government by putting back some of their investment into the restoration program. This is how our government work in partnership with private sector and investors. You can't be just relying on public fund and borrowing and all these things because you're fixing and creating an environment for investors to continue to make millions and billions of dollars and leave back nothing in Jamaica and leave the Jamaican taxpayers to continue to pay this high exorbitant amount in tax. I was saying that must stop. So Pums Vaz and Andrew Holness get to know act together, And the question then that is being asked, must answer. And not like when time Pums Vaz disrespect Dian Jackson Miller and talk about dear and she said Dian and him real for acknowledge her. Because I feel like him too big to admit to a mistake. Them guy have too much ego. This is just a simple way of proving these people ego. You disrespected a journalist by acknowledging her like she a sweetheart. Yeah? Like she a wood vase. You understand? And she make sure point it out to this piece of shit, and said Dian, and him continue as if him not hear her. But she has a kind feel. If him don't want to feel small, that him have to respond to her in the way she want him respond to him. Them people need to pack them bag and go. And I yield back the floor, my brother.
All right, so we're going to knock them again. We're not leave off at Woodvals, right? They say it, Because I play something again too. Now, you remember we show now the container them brothers. The other day with them plan to go use, right? Me show now the containers them. All right, yeah, Woodvals again, you saw. Yeah, Woodvals I say you saw with them container. But this time, them double down more on them container thing now, people. When I say double down, them double down more on the containers. So them want to use containers we don't have the ship. Them anchor we carry the goods them whether meat chicken back and them things and all kind of things. Them want to use them 20-foot container, maybe 40-foot. What them have down there? Them say them have 1,000 of them. It must have temporarily. But let me tell you this. Instead of them sit down and talk about them container there, yeah, Remember, them I use the one with thing they were soft, you know, when them I come in with, you know. But them want use them one and over carry them goods here. Them read container and cut out door and put. Look here this. I put up this. It's a Pums Vaz.
Mr. Darrell Vaz put forward the proposal at this week's sitting of the House of Representatives.
There are more than 1,000 empty containers currently sitting idle in the Kingston Harbour. These containers represent more unused steel. They represent over 1,000 potential rapid deployment, temporary.
But not even for bill. Me can't believe that this how them angle the people them like dirty goods and all kind of things. Like a potato in a sack where you carry in and all kind of things. Everybody knows they pan container. This is bullshit. Some people have them move tore off and tear off. The most torn down. You can't go on. If them did start already with a gun far. Everybody, remember, if you continue and put them container, you them one they don't get so. When them fi move, where you put them? You can't get them back to the ship line, you know. And
No.
anything what tell people don't talk about temporary, that'll be permanently. It can't hold nobody quite narrow. You understand? So when you're
You're roasting at that.
put up. This is garbage again, you know. Yeah, when this man got to know, 1,000, remember 100,000 women, you know. But him got to 1,000 now, this now.
Homes with manageable retrofitting for light ventilation and sanitation. We are working with our partners, the shipping agencies who own these, to see what can happen, whether or not we can get access to some of them, even if it is as a temporary solution for.
Him say even if it never even say temporary, him say even if it's a temporary solution. Remember, you can't cut the people them container and get them back, you know.
No.
And then if you say you're gonna put it, I bet you go and build a house better.
Definitely.
Go buy material and do this. You
Wait,
hear this now, brother? So Jamaica now full of black tank. I want for the hey, them have no respect for Jamaica. You fly over here and you see like it's a waste dump. So when you build back the people, them place where I have now, where you gonna pack them here? Where you going to put them, brother?
My brother, let me say something, you know. Yeah, God, this is a penny wise and pound foolish venture, you know, where this government here undertake. Because rather than wasting the money to do whatever they want to do with them container here, what them talk about, use that same money and start the restoration program. Some people don't want back them roof, and some of the houses them you just build a nice big 1 or 2 bedroom concrete structure and give the people them, and get back the people them to some form of semblance of life. It can't be container. We not use no model half of the black tank because we use black tank and replace water supply line. You understand? And now no one come use container house to replace real house. You know mad? My Jamaican people, you all hold on the angle. Here, don't make Andrew feel like a them hold the angle. Reject this proposition by the government. Do not give up your land, your fruitful land that help to provide you with food. Do not give it up to this nasty Arabic government where we have in Jamaica, who only think to trick and lie and steal from the people in Jamaica.
Another one them want to show. Go on, continue to talk. I want to talk up another one them we matter.
Yeah.
Continue to talk.
The whole idea Andrew Wall is coming up with this container scheme is to move people from certain political line and put them into certain political line where it favors and suit them. We know where they are going with this. This is why I'm come up with the GIS. Yeah? This is why I'm come up with the GIS, you know, Global Information System, and the neo-tagging system. We can't have Andrew Wallace doing this type of operation. This type of operation is only carried out by a dictator. And so we have to push back on this policy because this is a disgrace to Michael Manley Housing Solution when he commission NHT. I yield back the floor.
I want to put up a canteen. I want to put up the little one I see the other day. One of the canteen house, them I see. One of the little one, them 20-foot one, yeah. Now I look for one and put it up and show now. When the bedroom, them have a little thing where them say, you know, this one little thing say, you know, brother. You can't put a thing in that. Because remember, say the trailer one, them when them come with now, the trailer about the 20-footer. Brother, remember, say long, sir, you know. Think about your bed and what you are putting there, where you're apart. And that definitely like a act. And him want to do this instead of build back people houses. That got a disgrace. Because so them let me ask you, before I met Byron come in now. Byron, let me ask you. The government have money for build back people house now. So you have to pay for them container from the ship, buy them, and carry them in for, even for temporarily. Thing. You say even far. That means because them drop that, them not give nothing else, brother. Me not ask you. It's a goddamn disgrace. We don't have the money, you know. And then like we have put them in there for 2 months and 3 months, and then we get the money, you know. Water coming now, go lift you up in the city, lift up enough container and move them. Eh? These people sick, you know, brother. Yes,
brother. Being a melting pot, what I am suspecting, right, that Melissa sort of being used as a, what should I say, you know, as a cover.
Yes.
Right, to really hide, right, certain wrongs what Andrew Holness and his administration have done with the economy. I believe that, right, based on what I'm seeing right now, I believe that, you know, the economy was in a terrible state.
True.
Right, prior to Melissa.
It's sure. Yes.
Right, because,
yes.
I mean, and one of the reasons for me to say that, let me just also...
But you're right, you know, brother. You know, you're right, you know.
No, seriously.
That money them that jump out long time. I will see the money won't come in and them. You're right. So, I know something nobody not see. You're right. Yes.
You know what caused me to have an intense look into this? I am saying, okay, all right. What Andrew Holness is doing is just making promises, and seems like, right, he can't deliver really and truly.
Yes.
Now, when you look, I am saying, okay, the amount of money that would be in NHT, Andrew Holness keep on drawing on NHT per year, I think, what, 10 billion or 11 billion?
11 billion per year, 11 billion.
11 billion per year to sustain his budget.
Yes.
Right? Now, we don't know the status of NHT as it relates to how much money, you understand, that NHT have. And I am saying that, okay, all right. When you look on the container house and based on what he's saying and using his own explanation, right, that he's going to purchase 5,000 container homes via NHT.
NHT again, you know, brother?
Yeah, via NHT. But hold on with him. So I am saying, okay, all right. But again, if you're going to do that, why not use the easier route and the better route, you understand, and based on, you know, a category 5 hurricane, which you would have seen the damage, right? Okay, let us speak now. Based on research, right? We have, when we do certain search, we have seen that the search is saying, yes, container homes, right, can withstand an hurricane 5. However, right, they make sure them explicitly clear, saying that they have to be have proper structure. You understand? They have to be well planted on a firm base. Right? Now, watch this. I am saying, if you are going to do the container home, and then you have to provide base for all of these things to make sure, say, you understand, they have that structural integrity to withstand a category 5. The amount of money it's going to cost, put it this way now, let us get to, right, a reasonable amount, an average. So if you look at an average amount in terms of that, right, we break down the average to about $3 million. Okay. If we break down, let us use the $3 million as an average, right? $3 million, Wayne, can give you a nice 2-bedroom concrete structure. You understand? And where, you understand, you can have good solid roofing, right? I mean, build it strong.
Of course.
You can, not only that, hear what you are going to do. And you owners should know this, and the administration should know this. That in doing so now and taking that money from out of NHT, in doing that, you are going to stimulate the economy. By doing what? You're going to employ a lot of people. You understand? Under the construction umbrella.
Yes.
You understand? So that is a way now that you are providing some purchasing power. You are stimulating the economy same time, and you are making sure that the sort of structural development that you are having going forward, you understand, now of the code, the building code, you understand, fit to a category 5.
Yes.
I am saying, okay, all right, that is very easy. That is very simple to think about. But Andrew Holness is not utilizing that route. Probably he's not utilizing that route because when you look on how E damage NHT as it relates to $11 billion drawdown on NHT, right, each year, he weakened NHT. So NHT can't really expand to do all that. Because of that, I look on it now.
Yeah.
And I when I see a grown and I come around, and that I look on it now, melting pot.
No, it
I
must
say,
be
no, you know what?
Yeah, man.
Things like catch up.
You're not the right, Neil. You strike the right card because from Andrew Holness, I take from NH team Ghana 114 billion. Make it be known to the people.
Exactly. So I am saying that, you know, things catch up on them. Right? And it is looking so bad. Right? Nobody can help that. And guess what? I believe that JPS company realized the danger ahead and they are pulling out.
100%. So.
Me leave it at that. My brother. I believe that
look now. So Flo one thing they know too, you know. Them want you ease up on them taxes and them things too, because them want carrying bucket, because them well damage up too, you know. Yes. Everybody look some incentive now from the government. The one of this company. Up to the poor people.
Like, you know, see
like digital too, you know. Can Flo come out and tell them they want carrying bucket truck and them want, you know, they want some tax break. Yeah, them need some tax break. So if you give them tax break, that means we have less money of food in the coppers for the government. Oh, you manage them budget, you know, so the country going flat better.
So the country damaged.
Yeah.
And they are trying their best, you understand, in terms of concealing it. But
no, you can't conceal it. And you know where hurt me today? Let me tell you what hurt me today now. When me see the nasty one when him went and run out.
It must be a slow down.
Germs, you know. The boy went and we had germs. He run out today again, you know. I said, brother, I'm going to put it up because me like when me talk, I put up them thing. We and we run out. This is how we and we run out come say to the people. This is how we and we run come out come say. Jamaica poverty rate dip historic 7.8% from 2024 down from the previous 8.2. Brother, we and Henry. Yeah, you run out in the election just now.
Hold on, Wayne. Where do you think the narrative they go? Let me tell you where the narrative they go. Don't blame Andrew Holness for his performance, right? It is Melissa who had destroyed all efforts. That is the reason why I'm coming out.
That's the reason why I'm coming out. Now, something to you. See that? Same say the poverty dip gone to 7.8. Let me tell you something, though. Let me tell you something, that way anyway. Let me tell you something, because you don't have no sense. Yeah, we crunch numbers. Listen. You see, when you talk about a poverty country and it down, let me tell you how poverty in the country now. I never explain it to you yet. Yeah, but I link you with bigger man now. If you're looking at the ghetto, these people, most of them don't pay rent. Them can't light. You see, poverty down, you know. Remember, you know, and like some people will live And them have to pay rent 100,000 much thousand per month, and yet still them a survive, them a float. Them not have them rent money there. Them not food. Remember them not pay rent, no light, no water, you know. You know where them living now. 100,000 of them. But yet still them still under poverty line, brother. You want to know if them broke? Look last year when Andrew give them Kentucky, them are fighting a line. This year same way. You give them 2 and 5 grand for buy vote. That is more than poverty, you little idiot, you. If a man have a Byron, if we have a place and we not pay rent, and we not pay like some of them people like bill, and then we have our money, you're super rich. These people, them not have nothing to pay, but them don't have not even a bank account. So our poverty for cut. It makes sense to the brothers. If you do, look at them can't find a night dinner. Remember, you know, them not pay a month rent, you know. Them not pay mortgage, you know. Them not pay light, them can't slide about like what I just say, and you still them can't find a night plate. Them can't find a plate of food to feed themselves.
Wayne.
Them ain't our poverty cut.
Wayne, well I know, if they can't find any money to pay the census workers, how them the census?
But Byron, let me show you. All right. See the, all right. Look on this. See the hurricane here. Those one. 1 month now. And you see people are still looking at big water. Now, if poverty did cut, you think of a man of a bank account with a little money, he want to move with them family and go rent a little place for the time being. Even a bed and breakfast and go and live. You think he might stay when you look him have nothing over him head. If you don't come feed him, for years him hungry, you can't do that, brother.
Film attempt cannot save Andrew Holness. What do you want to say? The narrative I want to plant out there is that Andrew Holness' performance is so good. And seems to be the World Bank, the woman.
She don't have no sense there, you know. She will go away. A bank, she will listen. She will just go away, man.
You understand? The check
out bullshit. Our family and everything done in that, you know. What she know about Jamaica? She go on bank. She can't come say something and you take it, say, who shall expect power for lend money? You want to fuck off. She will go away, man. But when we don't say to you, you know, better look what we don't say to you again.
Yeah.
Listen, if we have most of our people then, Byron, if you at work and you're not paying no rent and you're not paying no light bill like them down there, you know enough money that you have. The money that have on the poverty. Do what we have bills to pay. But hear this now, them people in the ghetto, brother, them not have to pay no rent, none at all. None. And if you have then if them don't have even a little money, Byron, then they must can't find food for themselves and live good.
Exactly.
If you have no bills to pay, or you can't find food, you're hungry like dog. You have little girl that go through trouble with some white chest man. I'd rather and little boys too. Because of hungriness. You can't find a night. How much people hungry in Jamaica, brother? The world thing that how much people they say hungry? How much percent?
80%, man.
50% around there. So X amount of people hungry. Remember, enough of these people not paying rent. Them just live, you cannot live free. Them not have no mortgage. But them can't buy food, brother. When you can't buy food, that speak volume. Now you see this, the hurricane one. Right? If people didn't have their money, you might talk about poverty cut. You think them that staying at this? And them are waiting for government? And then hungry them and them picnic? Without baby when you look at the elements, because them don't have it. That is extreme poverty. This is not somebody have to tell you see it with their own eye. The people them live at Portmore, right? Them have to pay their mortgage, you know. Them have to pay them light bill and all kind of little things, like a cut off and thing. But you have some people living in some ghetto. Them have no mortgage to pay. Them have no rent. Them a cast light. So if them a use everything free and can't feed themselves, what you mean poverty cut? Yeah, hear that in the front of our face. That is the 100% lie. Because if them people there, they have some money like even the people them are poor, but them the amateur for them that turn millionaire. Because they have some people up here. If you pay even 150,000 per month times 12, or what that? I want pint, too much that. I want pint, 1.6.
1.8. 150 times 12. 12
Yes.
and 12, 25, 60,
1.8.
1.8.
See 1.8? All right.
Yeah.
So them appear 12 and half or 12 and 6, right? Yeah. 1800. See? Yes. So them appear, you see much money them appear per year? 1.8 million per year. Can you imagine you know you living in the ghetto? Yeah, and remember you save them money there. And you save light bill. We come up too much money. You know, say I'll tell you, you'd have millions on top of millions. But
Yeah,
these
man.
people don't have 1 cent. What matter about poverty? Them can't find food all now. So if the man them will live even a Portmore uptown will pay 2 million per year, 24 that are 2.4 million per year. And him that save the whole of that, you know, because if you live in the ghetto better, you not save 2 million per year times 10. You see,
Right.
you see the money you have, then you put your light bill in that too. Yeah. But these people, if they say not pay nothing like this, and them can't find a plate of food, them can't find a good day of food tree, them have to buy a squeeze of toothpaste. What I tell you about the country, brother? What that's
Country
not
not dire
you
straight.
make a country. Measured by the people them live that they get to who them can't find food. I mean another chat with Andrew Holness and the foolishness. Me I tell you say extreme poverty that. Cause you're not under pressure for pay nothing. You have a place you can put your head in, but you can't find food. Just simple that, you know, just feed yourself and feed your family. You can't do it. And it's a poverty cut. You know, say a sick man that better.
More than sick.
Eh?
But what is now when
Yes.
we measure poverty by using the yardstick GDP, you know, gross domestic production. You understand? And that now exists in Jamaica. And the simple fact of the matter that most Jamaicans do have a bank account. So how you eliminate poverty? You
That's it.
can't speak about poverty being,
No.
you know, to that low percentage where them are talk about. The people them in a real poverty, them in a distress. You understand? Because over the past 10 years, you know, no growth has taken place in Jamaica, where the
No.
Jamaican people benefit. Growth where in Jamaica, a foreigners benefit from that. Here,
Mm.
and we see that with our eyes. Yeah, our people are left. Yeah, to wonder where the next meal coming from. And this is why when United Nations put out 78%, we just round it off by 80. 78% of Jamaica got them dead without a proper meal. You understand? And them not lie. So that is 7.8% out of every 10 people in
So me
Jamaica.
ask you again, Pat. So me say if them people here with have it and them come tell me no, no. Or somebody when I pay no rent, them have some of his sleep. Them not have to pay no rent like some other people are paying a mortgage. And them not have to pay for no light bill. Them not pay none of these bills. But them can't buy a plate of food. Or you for tell me say poverty cut.
Yeah,
That is
cut.
extreme poverty. Them don't have a
Yeah,
bank account.
right.
Them can't even buy medication. Them can't buy nothing.
But you want to
They
know the
tell me
most
it's a poverty
fundamental
cut.
thing? You want to know the most fundamental thing? Them don't have a job to go. I hustle
Them
them
not a
people, I
job.
hustle food
Them
at
are
them
hustle.
out.
Yes.
A hustler, you
Yes.
understand? Just to put food at them out and the food and then a quality food, a starchy food, rice and flour, you understand, with
Yes.
chicken back and them sup there, thin mackerel. Not like where Andrew Wallace them up on them table. You
Yes.
understand? So this guy when him come and talk, you know, him and him look minions them, you know, like we and Henry, you know. And Gerard Davis and Nancy thinking Big Mama and the whole of them, you
Yes.
know. You know we have to shoot them one side, you know. We have to shoot them in the pit of gutter water, man. Because that the type of politics them play. Gutter politics. You cannot come out and put out numbers as it relates to
That make no
your
sense.
your society when you don't complete a census for over 11 years. What can go so?
So when I say now, you know, you call how much 100,000 now when I work, over 700,000. Now it's over 1 million people because after that cut off, you over 1 million people. So what we just ask him, you know, legit question, you know. Me ask you and the honest. If you have so much ghetto garrison all over the place, you're in the rural all over the place. and these people cannot find light bill, them can't sit, them have to thief it. Remember, if them have money, them that feel proud for pay. Them don't have it. So them have to steal it. Right? Them don't pay rent, them have a place to rest, but them not have a proper bed. Yes, still, remember, I know them not paying a mortgage and a rent, and them have, and you still them can't even have a proper bed. Them don't have a proper pot. Them don't have nothing. And you tell me say poverty cut. Them don't have a bank account. Them can't listen. None of them have diabetes, this, and them can't even find the medication. And you tell me say poverty cut is a liar. Una sick. These people, if them did even make a earnings, them that save more than who live at Portmore or uptown or so. Because remember, if you earn the money, you're not rich. Right now, with the amount of rich people that have in Jamaica, that's unbelievable. Because if you don't need to pay no rent, and you work some money and you pay the 200,000 per month, the 2.4 million for the year, and the 1.8 million for the year. See, and the 1.2 million for the year, plus the light bill, plus other bills. You don't have to pay that. Then by 10 months, remember, even if you have saved $1 million in a better 10 years, 10 million, you have, sister, pay $1 billion there with that. If Byron, let me ask you something. So them people, and it's serious when I talk about, but when we come chatting bullshit. If the people, them do 100,000 of people in Jamaica, right? But we know when I get to in some place where them not have nothing. The one them live a real town city, them are host out of the door. Them not paying a rent. So different from the man, them are pay them mortgage and them rent pay over $1 million per year. Right? Or $2 million, 2.4 million, I pay them 200,000 per month for them rent for to live somewhere nice and them youth, right? So you don't have to pay that. But you work the money and you're not paying a light because you have thief light. Them people that said 3 million for the year. You know how much 10 years, 3 times 10, how much money, to say you're a millionaire.
Yeah.
So all the hell them people, 10 years when I have 20 years, then people can't even buy food and poverty cut, brother.
Okay.
Okay. All of these ghetto people that be millionaires. Because you're not paying, you know what? Some people are living, what them that say, I'm going to live the life here. I'm going to save my money. And then we can come out and go invest in a something. Not lie, Byron.
Exactly, you're perfectly right.
Never fear buy a squeeze a toothpaste. Oh, poverty cut. Don't follow a guy like Wayne anyway, my idiot. Him conscious. Him is punk. This is how Andrew lie. It's the front of a brother. But now people hunger more than anything else.
All right, but Wayne.
Yes.
One of the fundamental things that we have to bring forward right now to the public, right? And we have to factor in all of these situations as it relates to how we see things are unfolding right now. Right now, all right. Look at this, right? The difficulty in terms of, Andrew Holness administration, right? Having to inject, right, some starter punch in the economy, right? Now one can understand as it relates to even what my melting pot and you even discuss. You understand? We are talking as it relates to what the Auditor General, you understand, had done in terms of the Auditor General investigation. The investigation of the Auditor General is saying that, look here, over $3 trillion cannot be explained as it relates to government expenditures.
Yes.
Right? Cannot be explained. When I look on it, Favorable Williams tried to give some justification relating to that and said, okay, all right. It is not that you have $3 trillion stolen, right? Or unaccounted for, as according to Favorable. Favorable claimed that what happened is that the appropriation account for many ministries, right, have not been submitted. All right, Wayne? That is what Favorable is saying, Okay, when you and I are melting pot investigate. But we found out that, okay, the appropriation account that Favorable Williams talking about, right, supposed to be submitted on an yearly basis under the Jamaica Labour Party administration, right? It has not been submitted for over 9 years. 9 years, right? Now, if you look on that, Now let us talk about something which you know say, okay, all right. 3 of the areas that pointed out as it relates to where money missing, or as it relates to, you know, certain things cannot be accounted for, was the education ministry, the Ministry of Health, and the Office of the Prime Minister. Remember, right? And Minister of Labor. Those are some of those areas. But watch this now, Wayne. If Flavor want to justify that, okay, nothing is not wrong, everything is okay, right? Then we have Rural Reid facing the court.
Okay.
And we are, based on what we are looking at as it relates to, you know, what being communicated within mainstream media, it appears as if this man, you understand, high probability that he's going to be found guilty and sent to prison. Okay. So what you call that? Isn't that money that Rural Reid had stolen?
Of course.
All right. The question that I'm asking, does that look like anything wrong with the appropriation account where Rural Reid is concerned as it relates to the Ministry of Education?
Something wrong with the account, of course.
Does it look like the appropriation account is going to give you justification as it relates to Rural Reid? Rural Reid input in the entire pilfering also involved in the $3 trillion unaccounted for.
Of course.
Definitely.
Yeah, in a part of that, you know, the same money we are talking because in a film time and them have to move him. So exactly. In a 5 years, 9 years, 10 years. So in a part of it.
Exactly.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. So let us put things in perspective now.
Yes.
Right? Because might be things that fly over our head.
It's a flavor head.
So watch this now.
Yes.
Watch this now.
Yes.
I am saying, okay, all right. Melissa it. Remember now, before Melissa it, this report no come out after Melissa it, you know. It come out before Melissa it.
Yes.
That the country, something wrong with the country.
Yes.
A huge chunk of the country revenues have been unaccounted for, which is roughly about $3 trillion worth.
Yes.
Now, Melissa, what I believe that Melissa has done is to expose to the fact that the country has no money.
It broke. So that's why I'm begs Baron why we ain't run out now. When thing. Okay. Did pandem. So you want to put out tune right now, we're going to get to no vex. See in front of me here. The ODPEM, ag pen, I call it now, and ag pen me now. Ag pen, because I remember them going like. Now people want to know what them get. Remember, you know, 300 plane come, think they say 340 now. And you want to know how much money them getting it. You can't believe me, say people. Them are tell us less than 2 million US. I must say 600 Jamaican, 2 million Jamaican in that. That can't go so. Nothing can go so. Not my word. Listen here. Listen here.
Let's just clarify. None of the money that has been received has been spent.
And none I not spent.
So we're using our government funds.
Look at this.
Remember play about this. Yeah.
Your question concerning
so let's just clarify. None of the money that has been received has been spent as yet. So we've been using our government funds.
Look at this. Somebody come look at this.
So none of that money has been spent.
Somebody come in.
So why not get the money and you not spend it yet? And the appendix we are talking about to the people. You summer style for the people. You have much money now.
Look at this.
They're now going to figure out how to spend it.
We're going to figure out how to spend it. And government just sick, you know. And pen we are talking about now, you know. You see the people that must suffer thieves, they want to thief something again. You have much money now. This does sound right to the amount of thing coming. Yeah.
Figure out. They're now going to figure out how to spend it.
Something all right.
Me go play
Well,
next thing with him now. Me go play next thing with him, brothers. Yeah, man. Talk.
it's frightening, my brother. It's frightening. Because me,
Them
I
not
tell
paying
you,
the money yet.
you know. But what I know, you see, why I don't like with the government, you know, is when them try to change up the figures, you know. Them come out and say one thing, and then in our next segment, them come use different numbers. So similar to what them said, but using numbers them different. No, Pums Vaz, you know, recently, yeah, categorically come out and tell you we are going as it relates to the flight and we are coming in. Yeah. Vaz said 499 flight coming and him, you know, yeah. We said 369 cargo flight in 2 weeks. Yeah. 270 private flight. Yeah. And you know, you add the 499 and the 369 and the 270, you get a total of 1,138. You understand? Now we know a billions of dollars but a supply come from them they plane there. You understand? You understand? Because out of the total of 1,138, you know, 270 are private flight. Like even where the pilot and them daughter lose them life and them type of flight, the private people are flying them thing as half a condition. 369 a cargo flight. Yeah. And the rest are like, you know, the domestic flight them are coming in. Yeah, carry passenger. So I don't know where I come with because it's time them come clean and state the obvious state of affairs. We know this guy where them get Alvin Gale, yeah, I'm putting at the ag pen. Him can't talk to me because I'm a lunatic. Him worse than Google Gaga original. You understand? He's a dunce and a lunatic. Andrew shook this up. Because Andrew look a guy where no understand nothing, we just say yes, 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 yes. And continue saying yes. Never object to nothing. You understand? So the whole idea where them are come with, yeah, as it relates to what coming into the country, yeah, them want downsize the total in terms of everything, in terms of cargo flight, and in terms of money where them get. It's more than 200 million. I certain it's more than 200 million. You understand? And we're talking about 200 million if I'm there, so you're talking about 200 million in foreign currency, not Jamaican dollars. So when you add the exchange rate, it's a whole heap of vast amount of million the guy them have right now. So we have to ask the question, why we're not seeing these additional support being utilized to help the people get back on them feet? Why the process is so lethargic and in some cases non-existent? Why? What is the mode of operandus behind this? Because this look like criminality ought to take place once again, headed by the CEO Andrew Holness. And we have to call him out for what it is, you know. Him can't get us from we. Because we're supposed to see people feel the whole revival mood within themselves as to the aid we have come to them, as to how them also get looked after. Because the money is there. So when you kickstart the economy, yeah, by utilizing the money we come in and put workmen to work, you know, so it's not just the building trade, you know, it's also the hardware supply chain are benefiting. I remember the hardware employ people who work. You have some truck driver now where I can the material them. It's a whole vibrant activity. You have the little shop them where I sell the people them lunch. It's a kickstart venture, but Andrew does not want that. Andrew wants to keep the people poor and poverty. Come tell we lie about him reduce poverty. When him keep the people like that, it easy for him by vote. Because the people have been starved of money. So when you dangle carrot in front of a bunny rabbit, we're hungry. The rabbit going up for the carrot. So Andrew Wallace, beware of your action. We are watching you. We are monitoring you. And we are keeping notes. Don't feel like you can come fabricate a number around here, so yeah, your minions them. And we are going to fall down for it. No, we are not falling down for your lies. We are going to push back and to reveal the accuracy of what we know is happening in Jamaica. And I yield back the floor, my brother.
All right. Here you go.
I'm going to say something too now. I'm going to put up some figures here, so I'll take it down and put it up. Now, Anjo, me sure me see America, US, get 11 million the other day. 11 million.
Correct.
I see like a 10 million there, so I see some other people going to some money. No, the money is supposed to go to Pen, right? See, you take the money. But me I show you something when I put up with you, but me not see the money there. Because Pen put up now, we no better. I have that when me just play when them say about when them not start spending it. Pen say them get 600 million Jamaican.
Wayne, question. Yeah. Was it $11 million in cash or in
cash? Cash it was Byron. Cash from the United States. Cash from the United States.
No. But me not see Pen with these money.
You can search at Melting Pot.
Yeah.
Even positive on that. 11 million cash from the United States government.
All right. So they remember they make you some of the little things, you know. And not care with them talk. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna put up something right now. I'm gonna question you, Anjo. I'm gonna question you now upon this. So we have a question. Something.
My phone a charge, so we can do the research.
All right. Well, I put up this now because Pen, they must say the money we in a Pen account. But I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna put up this. Very important. I'm gonna move the Pen thing here because them talk on that, you know. But me want to put up this. All right. So we can put up this and see something now. So this some money, what they want to say, are some mobilized, right? You see that 650 here? That's where Andrew I tell you about what them have with the cat ban and the 90 million and the rest of money, right? This is what them have here, so. Some only just the quarter one year.
650.
That equals 650 million.
Or 100 billion Jamaican dollars.
And this now is the next the IMF money. What me tell you, okay? Him go like see the additional IMF, because IMF him draw down that part. So him draw down the 500 million. What me talk about? Remember we talk about this. So this equal 1.15. You remember the 1.15 billion there, where it come up to 184 billion?
Yeah.
I hit this.
Yes.
See? So I hit this. See? So this I hit. All right. So this come up to the 1 point. Then check it at 160. Because this come to one. You understand? So this be 80, you know. And this them check it more and them get the four more out of this. Them check it little below. See? So on 100 and something billion this. Like 104. So 184 billion. Them are equal to. Now, this is a government portal donation. The government with official relief website support Jamaica. Them say they want to secure 170 million Jamaican. But let me ask, you know, a Jamaican want the money? I want to secure this because this coming like it just 1 million US, you know. Just the crowd by 160 that be 1 million US. So we want to know want to get can a Jamaican want to get the money from. So our next thing again, them tell them raise the telethon fund. That's what Babs then put out. I don't go 65 million. I mean, overseas why we don't put in the right money? That means some money gone again. Me not understand the money there in the Byron. See the money when me talk about this is ad pen money now. So the money where you see the donation are coming. Remember, this is a different money. Then I go through the account to the Pen. Pen I tell you, say them get 1.8 million US. So me look on some donation if you see a 10 million US there for me. I will 11 million and them thing because this is 1.8 million US. And this now 635 million in donation from international community. All this will be Jamaican for international community.
Yeah, Jamaican.
All this will be 6 or ad pen for have this. Oh, you have this, that donation here. Yeah. Ad pen. All this turn 600 and add. Because this represent like you just call it, you want to run it somewhere near to $4 million, you know. Can for 150, I get 4 million, 600 million. You see it? Eh? So if you round it up, and nearly 4 million this. So you call this 4 million. So this is about 5.8 million. But them get more than that. So me see them get some more than that. With the money there.
Wayne.
Eh?
In terms of my comprehension based on the bulletin points.
Yes.
Right? Initial mobilization approximately 650 million. That work out to be 100 billion Jamaican dollars.
Yes.
Different bulletin points this. IMF facility now is a different thing. An additional 500 million,
yes,
right, is available through the International Monetary Fund.
You get that already, you know.
Yeah, hold on. Government portal donations, that is a different set.
Yeah, that's how the guy did put
Government official relief website support Jamaica.gov. Jamaica secured over 170 million in contribution.
So
that's a different bulletin points.
Yes, well, so
Teleton funds, right? A Teleton and virtual concert raised more than 65 million. Right?
Why they not tell how much it was in the US?
Yeah. Well, we can do the conversion.
No, but we shouldn't have to do it, brother. Because of that, them get them say international. Look on this. Remember, international doing a look here. Contribute a website, this, or overseas, and what them get. Remember, this is where the guy they put up from the Indian guy for Andrew Holness Pums, you know.
Yeah.
This come through them. But the rest of donation where them get from the countries come through ACPEN. White in a Jamaican money. And you said, see there? Receive around 1.8 million. And you received 635 million from international community, brother. Who would convert that money when you get it in a UK? You don't tell me in a US, you know. I tell me you not give me a Jamaican, brother. Remember international community that, you know. See? Like you not tell me IMF money in a Jamaican, you know, because you tell me how much money you borrow from them. And a US too, you know, international, you know, brother. Eh?
Yeah.
All this go. Remember so much money them get cash. Can me still a question ACPEN, you know? This don't get ACPEN, you know, brother. This is what ACPEN said today, you know. So this is what them have in them portal, in them account. This is what them have.
170 million.
No, ACPEN, no, this is the Teleton, man. The bottom one, other donation, this is ACPEN money.
ACPEN, so them have 635 million.
Jamaican, and on go 1.8 million US. But ACPEN get more than that.
Far way more than that. Far way more than that, Ian and Byron.
So them say you spend that, yeah.
ACPEN, we no see 1.8 million US. We no crazy. And 635 million na Jamaican. But watch up at top there. Yeah, as it relates to the 170 million contribution. When we know the contribution coming in foreign currency, we want it to be, you know, highlighted in foreign currency. We don't want to calculate that just over $1 million, you know, the 170 million, just over $1 million US. You understand? And we know them get more than that. We know.
So
it's just when them try to is use these big numbers as it relates to numerical number and say 650, 600 and that. You feel like I want.
All right, look, let me say something now, Byron. Let me ask the government, because this is what US give them. Sita. That's the cash. This is the whole package, 24 million, but them give them 12 million cash. Well, 12 million a day. That's a $1.8 billion, you know. United States Department approved 12 million for Jamaica as part of a larger 24 million aid package. You see me tell you 24 million aid package, but 12 million. Yeah? Purpose for the money, see there? Immediate life-saving assistance. So if you get 24 million aid package, right? But 12 million in cash. Where the 12 million there? Andrew Holness, are you me talk to still?
Well, me think me a melting pot you ask because me a melting pot couldn't answer you with that.
No, but that's him I talk to. Where the 12 million there? Because when I
Andrew
see
did
that,
answer
I
that.
remember I forgot to Akpen. But Akpen now, the money they not reach that yet. So you just said it's Akpen, so we want it. And then, if international, because remember, them did say it, say Akpen have the money. Andrew Holness himself say it to, them have different account and them collect the money. So where the money there? Tell it on a different money. Different money. You raise it in a US, brother. Or it in a Jamaican. Can you want it shown away in a Jamaica? Akpen only have 600 million and what international thing you get it from. All that. And 1.8 million. But me see some other people going to some big money too. Different from the thing where them going to add up. So and this is what me just ask them. You see? So I just Andrew Holness them to come tell about them money. Money are kicking a better. Money are kick. People
All right.
get stressed.
If we look on something away, where you just put up a while ago, the 12 million, yeah, where them get in the US. And what was it prescribed for? Yeah. It's the restoration of the people, them to get health, food, water, sanitization, and all these things. Have we seen that size of distribution just in
No,
regard to that 12 million US? Where it
no.
states
No.
primarily what that 12 million US supposed to do. It talk about restoration for the people.
Them get 24
It
in hand, but
mentioned,
them get things with it.
yeah, right.
Them get cash too, yeah.
It mentioned healthcare, food, water, shelter, and all these things. But have we seen that seismic amount in terms of 12 billion US being utilized in that
Shelter, clean
space?
water and thing, yes,
No,
yes. Clean
we don't
water.
see that. So that is a clear indication at the high level of chopping where Andrew
Sanitation, yes.
and him people are going with right now. This is why I'm dismantle the original ADPEM, and come in with hang hen, When bring a dunce, we done sang Gugu Gaga to head the organization. A guy we don't even know the abbreviation terms as it relates to when Damian Crawford just ask him some simple question. This guy all time league, you understand? But this is how Andrew Holness operates. Are we surprised? No, this guy is a chopper. He's a L chopper. You understand? That's why I know Andrew Holness, And the UK government can come take him out, Because US not touch him. It's only UK can send the Scotland Yard in for this piece of shit when you man do all this.
Yeah, to get
Because
right.
remember, the model and the principle of where my this try, is based upon the Commonwealth and the United Kingdom model. Him not do nothing to damage US model. US model is capitalism where him a wall up in a Jamaica. So we know Trump them now go come for this piece of nastiness and the entourage when they behind him, It's only United Kingdom government can intervene in this. Not US. Trump like the style of where Andrew operate in a Jamaica. Because them can use him as a bargaining chip and a bargaining tool. You understand? And so Trump a play man and Rubio. Him and the whole entourage. So his only help we can get now is from the United Kingdom. I know if Scotland Yard them decide to move with this piece of shit, yeah. Them a bangle him up good and proper. Because them not have nothing where them want from this nastiness, Trump want it. Because the geopolitics are play right now Trump backyard. And where Jamaica is concerned and situated, yeah, it is essential to Trump administration. Don't him realize him have a guy that is fully corrupted when he can twist and bend and spin like a gig. Him now have nobody else in a carry coming up. Because when you look on the female giant a carry coming up, me and Matt Lee, it show what type of person she is in terms of she being a leader for the country of Barbados. But should we
Exactly.
surprise? No. Because our upbringing is on Michael Manley philosophy. And this is why she speaks with so much authority. This is why she don't care. When she go to speak, she speak with authority because she don't know banga wrong. She don't deal with corruption. She pride herself as a state woman in the region. And she's widely regarded and respected internationally. A piece of shit like Andrew Holness have run go catch up and eat up the inside of people place when him not get no invite. Time is a nastiness. Him full of corruption and the entire world know about him. Yeah. This so America have him like where you call it now? Jack and Jill went up the hill to catch a pail of water. Tumble down and him come tumbling after. After them have it. You understand? It's a puppet. This guy has to go. This is why you realize, you know, him now give a true indication of what aid package come to the island. He might hide it.
Byron.
Canada announced over 6 million in development assistance for long-term recovery, plus direct humanitarian and aid funding. United States 12 million as a part of larger 24 million assistance package for Caribbean countries. European Union member countries including France, Luxembourg, Belgium, and Spain have provided humanitarian aid. Specific cash or in-kind donations were provided by France, water and sanitation, Luxembourg, shelter and energy, Belgium, energy, and Spain, medical team. International organization, United Nations, right, Central Emergency Response Fund allocated 4 million to help scale up humanitarian operations. Caribbean Development Bank approved 670,000 for humanitarian relief efforts. International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent societies, right, IFRC, launched an emergency appeal for CHF 19 million, approximately 23 million US dollars, to assist those affected by the hurricane.
Okay. And them have more. So, and them, you know, show the Japan and nothing at all. And them, you know, so them get assisted by funds and other things. So, with the one of them money and them, with them get. And what the government for do is tell with the one of these. Can remember them now hide it, you know. Remember, we have to show them the generator for them tell about it, you know. Remember them not tell them about nothing, you know, brother. Remember them not tell them about nothing. Them don't.
But you want to know something that Byron. Yeah. We don't see the contribution from India yet, but that India contribute a lot.
Yeah, other country contribute, so we don't put out that yet. But we're gonna show them so we can see them. We drop the one of them.
Yeah.
So them get cash and kind.
So yeah, man, when time if them fees say them can't do them big robbery, you understand? We depend them, man. Plus the opposition have the PAAC account and the PAAC committee, right? Oversight committee, right? The Public Accounts Administration Committee.
But let me say
the opposition of that.
Let me say something. A month now, 1 month. The 28th. Can I remember with the date 28th? So it's a month. Just roll it after a month. 1 month. Yeah. And the government, you know, we're transparent, so them now come out and tell me, say, well, we get this amount of ton of things, medical supply, we get this amount of that, we get this amount of, you know, from Japan, we get them get something from Japan to give people, you know, tent and them thing that's keeping banks, you know. But we don't see none of them there. No, we don't see them. Who get them? Them not issue out nothing, man. No, them a keep them thing and sell them and the big boys, them, man. So some money, me not see pan that, me not sure. Me serious, me not see it.
Remember, you not see UK donation, you know.
Yeah, that not tell you, me not see it. So we can look where UK donate and them thing there. So funds and kind, so we can look and see. So maybe just tell you, if you ever come and say blah blah, they can contact them and look on them website and so much money them going in a cash. And how much them doing on other things. See? So when they can't go tell me say them going, because them give them cash in a buy.
Yeah.
But you know, just come and just give something, them give you cash too. Because them know that's a country run. And then them get some equipment and give some food and medication. Them are gonna do that too. See? If we never show the thing with Belgium, nobody would know so them have it.
Yeah.
No.
You not tell me.
But Lonesome, you know, I heard Andrew Holness came out and said you only have a total of 500 generators.
Limatel.
Him have over 1,000 generators.
Him have over 1,000 generators. Limatel. So you say if you don't find that, give him, all right. You say if you don't find it and show him, then what him do, you know? Him do this, so when you find it and show him, then you come out and say when him just get it. And then them when I like it after the fact. After the fact. You understand? So I saw him work. See, remember say something. Man, say something, man. And you know, say him admit something. Remember play this soon now. Remember play the ISAT thing where him said to ISAT. Because everybody tell ISAT to go fix road and do this and do all kind of things. Look where Andrew only just said, I want to stop going with the foolishness. Look on this.
The solution which rightly the minister would have advised me is to, if you can stop the gap, you're going to have to do that. But how long can I afford to do that in a private capacity while we wait? And so I just needed to cut.
So he must spend more money, you know. I'm going to play it back. Hear this.
Say that the practical solution which rightly the minister would have advised me is to, if you can stop the gap, you're going to have to do that. But how long can I afford to do that in a private capacity while we wait? And so I just needed to consider that.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Just listening to the Member of Parliament, I can see his passion and the genuine desire of wanting to help. And just reflecting that you know, when I became a Member of Parliament, I may have taken the same posture. But yeah, he will learn. He will learn. He will learn. He will learn. But remember, when we sit here and make the rules, we are not intent on breaking them. But when exceptional circumstances are brought to our attention, we will have to address them. The provisions made to members of Parliament, and let me say this, and I have to be the one to say it because you're going to face your constituents who will tell you, the Prime Minister allocate $5 million to you, to your constituency. Fix all the roads. The funds that are allocated to members of Parliament are not meant to replace the functioning ministries, departments, and...
When you hear that, look down, smart. Come on, is that about the man for go fix road and all? Remember, just play back that. Play it back.
You're going to face your constituents who will tell you, the Prime Minister allocate $5 million to you, to your constituency. Fix all the roads. The funds that are allocated to members of Parliament are not meant to replace the functioning ministries, departments, and agencies who have the budgets to actually deliver the service. The allocations that are given to members of Parliament are there for them to be able to respond to urgent, critical welfare and health and other critical social needs and some infrastructure needs. But the Member of Parliament is not the Executive Director of the NWA or the Managing Director of the NWA, East Portland, and for all MPs. So if you have said you have brought it to the attention of the Minister, I just had a word with the Minister. There is a process. These things, if you bring them to the attention of your NWA parish manager, or I suspect that road is a parish council road, that you bring it to the superintendent of works in the parish council. Those matters would then funnel up into the larger budget, and then the decisions are made as to how the larger budget is allocated to what is a priority. All right?
All right, so this alone clear up over that. In the fix the road, him get thing on Marie. So you only just telling you. You hear that, Byron?
Yeah.
You hear him just tell them, plain. And fear that who they do them things and I want about them. And then the fix the road, no one. him a tell you, say him honest, them have to put that in the budget and get the money now. I said, I'm going to bring it back to them. Stop one like you know want to hold people and tell life and people and blame people for foolishness, for the garbage. So this have to play more than one time, you know, to make them understand. Yeah. Some minions them when I understand these things, you know, Byron. Yeah. Exactly. The people them get more generator, you know, better. You get more than what I talk about, you know. You understand?
Yeah, man, definitely.
Yeah, them get more than what I talk about. And them get more money and more things than what I talk about. And I think them that be open with the people them at Jamaica and tell us. Because that's what me don't see, you know. Different from the money them collect for bands and them thing there. We not see them money where them get cash. And then right. Things that equal this. Them to tell me overall.
Well, that is one of the reasons why. Dean Jackson Miller beating them as it relates to the independent task force, right? That's supposed to have the adequate time and maintain focus on these things, right? And that task force supposed to involve, right, members of the PSOJ, members of civil society, right, members of the opposition, and so forth, right? Remember, you know. And that is one of the reasons why he must try to, utilize delay tactics and all sort of antics. He don't really want the checks and balance there. I remember, from when Dean Jackson they hit him on it, and each time you have Dana Morrison who they talk like, okay, it's next week they will do this and by that. Nothing. As we speak, nothing. Right? So all of that, there is no oversight, right? And meanwhile, he's talking that he's going to. You have a lot of things, you understand, being processed into ADPEM and processing out of ADPEM, right? And doesn't really have that level of oversight, you understand, of the processes that taking place in ADPEM as it relates to having an independent, right, task force. So they don't really want checks and balance. They don't really want the government, the opposition, you understand, to hold them feet to the fire. That is why Darrell Vaz is behaving the way how Darrell Vaz is behaving. Right?
Yes.
No form of checks and balance. And then how can anyone trust Darrell Vaz? Right? Darrell Vaz who every step of the way, you understand, show you that, you understand, he participated in a very criminal way.
Yes.
You understand? From when Darrell Vaz was in the Prime Minister office in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
I remember same used to be in Andrew Holness office, in 2019.
Yes.
When him undervalue the property, right, in St. Anne's, right, sell it for little and nothing, but then go over Mexico, right, and collect, right, the back money, right. These are evidence, and he was flagged for it. You understand? He was detected by the by the United States, who track, trail, and investigate. You understand? Persons sentenced, right, found guilty, for that, to associate with that, right?
Yes.
So when you look on Darrell Vaz's track record, why should anyone trust Darrell Vaz, you understand, to spearheading any form of contractual agreement? The only person who is going to trust Darrell Vaz to spearhead any contractual agreement is someone who, like Darrell Vaz, who been like Darrell Vaz or even worse than Darrell Vaz. And the only person who we see, you understand, will be able to do that is Andrew Holness. You understand?
Yes.
Because him is worse than Darrell Vaz. And so then Darrell Vaz is now in a perfect company, right, that helps to lubricate his criminal intent, right? So you find it said, when you look and see how Darrell Vaz involved in every possible corruption that you can think of. The SSL, him in it. Everything that gone wrong, every corruption, Darrell Vaz believes say, if him not be a part of the corruption, nothing just now go on for him. So then how can I mean the electorate, right? And in extension, right, every citizen of Jamaica from those who voted, from those who don't vote, every single Jamaican, right? Darrell Vaz has not given us 1 inch of reason to trust him, right? So we can't trust Darrell Vaz in a nothing what Darrell Vaz has done, right? And so then for him just pushing back, I notice Wayne.
Yes.
With Darrell Vaz, he has a particular behavior, you know. That is when he comes under the heat of checks and balance, you see him start to tell people, say them bad mind.
They just say it. So we can agree. You call me bad mind. She tell him.
You understand what I said? Because him start to put up defense.
Yes.
You understand? He start to become defensive, and anytime, notice when you have some chronic criminal, you know.
Yes.
You catch them and you have them, you understand, under checks and balance.
Mm-hmm.
You see them start to put up some defensive behavior, you understand? That is Darrell Vaz. Right? From once you hear him touch in the gear, them bad mind. I tell you, say, stop and dig into him. You understand? Yes. Because he knows him corrupted. So that is why I'm trying to use. But by this, people figure out that, who is Darrell Vaz. Right? Darrell Vaz, not even Darrell Vaz trust Darrell Vaz. So, I mean, how me and you go trust Darrell Vaz? If Darrell Vaz not trust Darrell Vaz.
You think that joke? He don't trust himself.
Right?
Yes.
No, I mean, it's serious. Darrell Vaz don't trust Darrell Vaz, so how we are going to trust Darrell Vaz? Eh? Darrell Vaz broke the stoplight, run through the stoplight. Right? And Darrell Vaz can't trust himself. You understand? To government confirms, I not see it again. Government confirms no Hurricane Melissa relief funds spent yet as official side ongoing procurement planning for the delay.
You could have there 1 month. I mean,
1 month.
People them are steep.
Hold on there. No, you have to use that now. Ask the woman at the World Bank. You understand? To evaluate Andrew Holness on this performance here. How much money him get? You understand? The woman from the World Bank say Andrew Holness perform excellent. No, Andrew Holness, based on what you put up, you understand? Getting all them donations there. You understand? All them significant donations there. Start spend a dime based on what you just put up. Ask the World Bank, woman. You understand? To come grade Andrew Holness on that.
I'm going to play back she and make you say it. Because yes, she'll say it, yeah. I just play it because while with her, you know. And she'll tell us them not spend the money yet. Yeah? ODPEM. Let me just play it back again. Here she just said it not spend yet. She said to you know, I'm going to put it up back and play it. Here, and the same money in the people. Hear this.
Concerning so let's just clarify. None of the money that has been received.
No, them can't say them not say it.
As yet.
Your question concerning
so let's just clarify. None of
she cut him, you know. She don't want to talk. And the guy was about to speak. She cut him. So make we clarify. None of the money not spent yet. Him attack. This is what them put in there. Yeah, see my attack, your people.
Question concerning
so let's just clarify. None of the money that has been.
Oh, him in an ODPEM and she just cut him and stop him. This is lie.
But she not in a ad payment.
And oh, she cut him now. And I said they could clarify none of the money not spent. But yes, still them a talk about
Your question
Oh, wait, so
concerning
let's just clarify. None of the money that has been received has been spent
Look at my
as yet. So we've been using.
brother, look Pana. Look when she said look Pana when she said that. Look here.
your question
Oh, wait, so
concerning
let's just clarify. None of the money that has been received has been spent.
Brother, no man. Brother, look on the loot now. Dry it up. I'm gonna play it back.
your question
Oh, wait,
concerning
so let's just clarify. None of the money that has been received has been spent
Look there.
as yet. So we've been using our government funds.
Look at this.
Like shuttle.
So none
Our
of
government funds.
that money has been spent.
Somebody come and look at this.
They're now going to figure out how to spend it. Figure out.
They must figure out how to spend the money, people. Then this makes sense. Then this now, the World Bank, hey, she figure away. So if you're going to figure out that means you have the ideas how to spend the money, then I'm going to figure it out now.
Look at this. Somebody come
So
look at
get
this.
it.
So none of that money has been spent.
Somebody come and look at this.
They're now going to figure out how to spend it. Figure out.
Brother, this body, brothers, this body no. This body no, brother. Eh? Yes, still have to see that. This bad. So you have to figure out how to spend the money will come in and the money that looks sharp to brother. Because I drop every money with them get add it up, you know. With everything and the good, I draw it. Because there ain't no people. And I like them, I tell them I get 24 million. And them just them I tell you how much them gain and cash and how much. Maybe just tell Angeles. Because I saw them working. So you can go look upon it and you see what them give you. And what them gain and cash and what them gain and what kind of thing them give, right? Because so them do for them thing up front. So all you mean 1 month? I remember the people them that none of the money not spent yet. Eh? This makes sense. You know why am I doing? Let me tell you the next thing, you know, people. Andrew Holness, in the pandemic, in charge of people them. Right? Remember who did control the pandemic, you know? World Health Organization, not tough tongue. When I run the pandemic, I said, me, and all me manage, him now manage nothing. Maybe that's what I know. But this more dangerous than the pandemic. In our country, can remember the pandemic, it didn't live down anybody else, Byron. A melting pot. The pandemic damage anything? No, I don't say it's a problem. Right? So everything intact. This there is a different thing for Andrew Holness. Right? So this now when mash up, devastate up the place and mash up the place. Andrew don't know if you ain't this, you know. And them have some yes man when I put up all, they don't know nothing at all. They don't know nothing at all. And only thing that them head of wrap the money. Because you want to get something with the people them give you. From day one, you just start spend the money and I try put on back some roof and I do something. Or you stay for 1 month. That means next year. You know, remember wait for Byron? So we have the kind of art now. We over here, remember we spent 4 billion in the pandemic when everything shut down, the hospital, the hotel and everything. So I expect now we now going to help build back the people them place. Then them thief the money. Them not have to do nothing. You know say the same thing about the brother.
But Wayne, remember say that's why I talked to you earlier. I'm not talk to Melting Pot.
Yes.
We go back to the Auditor General situation as it relates to $3 trillion, right, unaccounted for. Watch this now. You see all of them money the way you see have come in.
Yeah.
Remember, you know that here where me I go. Remember, say Flavor claim say you understand them money they don't miss you know. She the claim say the appropriation accounts have not been submitted from several ministries. Watch this now. You see all of them money where you see are coming in, them are hold on upon them to string them off because of what they have done. So if some of them money they can go back in and patch back some areas. I that them are doing now. Wait. Them money what them are get. You understand? And that's why they don't want no checks and balance.
But we are
understand because remember, $3 trillion unaccounted for that them can't explain. Because they know so they rob up the money, them thief up the money. And Auditor General depend them. You understand what I say? So all of them money there, what them are try to get. is to push back in some gaps. You understand? We shot it now go work. It now go work because we depend on them. Right? And remember, what they not understand, them can't get to conceal as much as what they want to conceal for patch up anything. Because the People's National Party, right, is now having the oversight as it relates to the PAAC public accounts, administration accounts. You understand? The People's National Party, they provide oversight for that. You understand? That committee ensure, you understand, to have oversight as it relates to government expenditures. So you see, them in a predicament, them in a bind. Now, what you think? Andrew Holness created the consolidated fund is to confuse auditors, you know. All of those items from various, like the NIS, the NHT, right, the PAY, all of them were put in the consolidated funds, and all of them something there. Why were put in the consolidated fund? You understand? Is to make the process of auditing difficult. You understand what I say?
No move, people. No move. Yeah. Remember when my election, I will have no money, right? Look here. Look what Andrew put up here now. Well, you know, sir, like, me not tell you, sir, that dirty thinking going in with Jamaica economy grew 4.6% in the third quarter.
You know, see my shit.
You may not tell us, man, I forget fired, man.
You know, see my shit.
You go to prison for a long time. He is a judge.
That guy, when him Henry, yeah, him to get fired and him to go prison. Not in the UK economy grow that much. Not in the US economy grow that much.
But when you understand, money, it go nearly 5% in the third quarter. Oh.
Where this guy come out at that, yeah?
That's what, all right, Brian. Melting pot goes back to what we said earlier. The narrative that he's building, is to say that Andrew Holness leading up to Beryl.
Yes.
He was running the country quite fine and bringing down poverty. You understand? And good, excellent performance. And try to put out now, you know.
This job,
like a book.
People always put up. See that?
I garbage this.
See that? This boy, fuck off. It's a piece of shit. No, man, I'm tired of this boy for going, you know. Dirty thinking, you know. I'll be a fuck him up put on.
But what?
In the election, you saw the people that have nothing. You think Ando can have all the economy if you go about in the work, I'm going to Ando in politics. You know, it's a piece of shit. People that are like dog around on Kentucky. Eh? Kentucky could have grown the thing for nearly 5%. This drunk crop.
I know he might try to justify the narrative that Andrew Holness performed so well.
Oh, you perform and it was an election year when Andrew. Look at it.
And the world country. Everything now. Every problem now, they're going to push on Melissa, you know.
Better.
Everything now, Melissa.
No, but this is the election, you know. Brother, this is why I'm doing the election when him come out and talk about this. And this is the third quarter, I think September that done third quarter. So in an election when everybody is on a hype mood and they are meeting every day, the country are growing, you fucking jackass you. When Andrew knock up people 2 o'clock and I think for rubber election, it grow. When the money not spent. Different from give the 2 and the 5 grand, that couldn't go no. That couldn't go nowhere. He's a fucking jackass. He's a piece of shit, dirty thinking way anyway. You're a pirate. You're a germs. This can't help Andrew one listener. But this is the lie where you put out there and make him run up and down with. And I him put it up. You know, sir, him tell me if we're gonna do this.
Yeah.
I him tell him to do it. That me tell, look here. See, Andrew one listen, look, I even know. See that?
Look at the man make Andrew Holness that turn him in a 2 finger, man.
One day, see that? Look, the Andrew one is, see that? And I said, 4.6%. I asked him, what's this? Just come out of the session, maybe I'm not the export and do nothing, you know?
Yo.
Yeah?
No, but let me say something. Then a country that is in recession, economy grow to the tune of 4.6%.
And we don't have nothing to sell. We don't make no money.
But hold on.
Still the value and that thing. This dirty drunk piece of shit. Everybody fi done this.
Wait, we could write him off now. We could write him off. All right.
Right off.
We could write him off right now. Since him claims he will grow 4.6%, right? Me I go write him off now. So then, all right, in second quarter 2025 and first quarter 2025, right? What? All right, set 2024. What was our exportation bill?
The exportation was because we export 1 pint ad and we import 7 pint ad bill.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. 2025 now. Which we go
look how we export bill and we import bill. Remember, look at it right now.
Look at it and show them. I could freak him up. I'm thinking can go on me.
Yeah.
How are they? Are we this, you know? Are we in them Titans, you know? Show the people as it relates to since him come out with that. Right?
Yeah, Jamaica.
What we export and what we import.
Yeah.
And mash up what I'm trying to do.
But nobody knows listen to
because
him.
in order for us to grow, we'd have to be producing more, much more. 4.6, you in sick out your head. For sure, you know, the level of criminality. But we have to go to the people. We could expose them now.
Right, look here. So July quarter people, look here. Import and export both, look here.
Right?
Look here. Our growing up people, look here. July, the January to July.
See it?
Import where value add.
Imports. Put your back, let me see it. Wait, because imports were valued at right 4.516 right US dollars, you know, million, you know. While export earning, right, we're just one. You understand? 1,060,000. What's that? Look there.
Look on the gap, people.
Look on the deficit. Look on the deficit.
Include
our trade. How we grow to 4.6?
Yeah. So how we grow?
How we grow to 4.6? All that we had Henry.
Oh, this guy, how we grow?
Eh?
How we grow, sir?
How we grow? How we improve by 4.6? Now see where Henry. Come on, come tell me.
Why deficit? Can we?
You say and I'm done story.
Huge.
You know, say you know, all right. You know, so when them come out with that, you understand? Economists like Ransdal Ayman, Dr. Andre Arton, right? Man like Dr. Knife. Them man they go mash down that.
No, but we know them, brother. If we are going like that, then remember in our election just run with the man thief. And I buy him if you feed the people them the way they're hungry, you know. They hungry like dog, you know. Yeah, Jamaica, anything, you know.
Jamaica,
I Rasta get him choked on your marks, office, you know. You know, on your marks, right? It can't get set and go, you know. On your marks, office where boy I did that. I Rasta down there fight over chicken and get him choked, cut the way I'm hungry. In our office. Not the office yard. Yeah. The way these people hungry, them look black tank and them they go the economy. The way the people them hungry look at kind of things and that go the economy.
You know what them people are doing melting pot and win?
Yes.
The Jamaican people them so much, you know. Hey, you know, so one of them morning they go wake up and just go into a revolution. They not lie, you know. Them
him lie, man. And then only the minister say, well, the country not going good in an election, everything up and pass through, you know. And from January, them are go through. Said there is no talk about no growth. I'm a talk about growth. Him said grow. Hold on, brother. Hold on. Him said grow. Remember play something after the election. Hear this. After the election, this brother. Everyone fuck off. Hear this, brother. Hear this. More you hear something. Oh man, let me play something there for you.
How we grow and we not produce.
But the other one did name again. The other one are separate. But the other one did name will come out the other day. What him name? Economy.
They ain't producing.
Omar. And next one, it come out after Omar.
Yeah. We import. More than how we export.
Yeah.
So how we grow?
All right. This true. I see this. Let me play that one now.
Come like that
this session. All right. So let me play that one now. Let me hear that one now. And then I'm play somebody in a September or so. When the man, one of the guy, big guy,
the Jamaican economy, the economy is struggling. It's probably the worst I've seen in the 30-odd years I've been in business. The buying power is the weakest, and government needs to find ways to, catalyze the economy to be able to grow. We tried our best a few years ago, and Jamaica started to see growth. But right now, they've done so many things to stagnate the industry. Interest rates need to come down quickly. The Bank of Jamaica needs to come out of their tunnel vision and start thinking out of the box to manage the economy, because right now it's in a very stagnant stage and actually in a dying stage, and it is actually quite frightening what is happening out there. When you speak to business people, people are saying they're seeing anyway in a 50% down in terms of sales, the retail trade, and every expense is going up. Their rental rates that they're paying to rent these shops and stores is going up. The light bill consistently is up. You know, it's a tough world out there, yes.
All right, move him again.
Businessman and former president of the Jamaica Manufacturers and Exporters Association, the JMEA, John Mahfood, is calling for significant job cuts in the public sector in order to move the country.
So hold on, this is the other day, people, after election. When them nasty this have to come put up this. Remember, you know, if the place did grow, why the can't see a job cut? Listen this.
His growth agenda forward. He made the call in a media release earlier this week. With the JLP securing a third term in office amidst persistent low growth, the businessman says it cannot be business as usual. Mahiri Stewart tells us more.
The former JMEA president says the Jamaican economy cannot afford another 5 years of stagnation. According to Mr. Mahfood, many Jamaicans still recall the much-touted JLP promise of 5 in 4. That's 5% GDP growth in 4 years, which never materialized. He says with a renewed mandate, it would be folly for the government to simply continue business as usual and...
This is just month before last. So all them that going a month before last when the man are telling this.
And expect a different result. Mr. Mahfood says urgent action is needed. He outlined 9 measures he believes can jumpstart the economy. The first is reducing the cost of the public sector from 13% of GDP to 10% over the next 5 years. He says Jamaica's public sector wage bill has swelled after recent compensation reviews, which is crowding out resources that could otherwise fund development programs. It's for this very reason that Mr. Mahfood says the government cannot afford to increase public sector wages at this time. He's also calling for lower interest rates to spur productive investment. Mr. Mahfood says the present high-rate regime is strangling the productive sector. Only yesterday, the country's central bank held its key policy rate at 5.75%, but commercial banks have been slow to reduce their lending rates. He says it's not justified based on the present low rate of inflation and significant foreign exchange reserves in hand. Mr. Mahfood wants alignment with inflation and productivity. He says any increase in the minimum wage must be supported by an increase in the productive sector, or it will make the country...
The productive sector now push out now. It have to be an increase in them. And then man will up the thing. So all we and dirty thinking and we come out and push up that again. A matter of fact, something no Matt Snyder because they put out 2024 and said the thing cut to 7.8 and now in this third quarter this go down to this. When Mahfood I tell you say, yo, you have to cut a bill, you have to cut them thing, you know. Everybody has suffered. Look here.
Uncompetitive. The former JMEA boss is also calling for unprecedented investment in education, health, and security.
None of that not going on yet. We don't have the money. Yes.
He says the people of Jamaica have endured more than 10 years of sacrifice in order to reduce the debt to GDP ratio. He says it's time to release the pressure on the people and provide them with a better quality of life. Mahiri Stewart, for Nationwide News.
Come on, move on and ask yourself. Yes, brother. Yes.
I'm going to expose Darrell Vaz right now with something I'm get. All right. You know me have my house in Jamaica. See him?
Yes.
Now watch this now. Because we know the damn thing. So we normally get the bill like $300 and something dollars. Jamaican dollars. Because we are not there. You understand? So we just pay for the meter. Now the bill come to me now. May I show Jamaica. You remember some I discussed this thing I know.
Yes, yes.
And before the bill come, we go show Jamaica. Before the remember say I am saying as it relates to the amount of client, right, that definitely JPS lose X amount of client.
Yes.
So how are they going to be profitable? Are they going to pass it on to the client?
Yes.
Watch out now, Jamaican people. Me they show you it. So we used to get $300, right, and $10. And we can show you last year bill, we can show you roughly about 10 bill. You understand? We're consistent. You understand? For show them some make up. What I'm going to do, I'm going to gather them up and show them. Me a bust Darrell Vaz right now. The bill, what we see right just now is what? $1,000, right, and $2, right? That is partially 300% increase in a way.
Of course.
300% increase. People may go show to me go gather up the bill them. Darrell Vaz can't get away with this. Because we know say we're up to some effort. See it here. Because guess what? Me the ask, you know. Remember say me I ask before me even get the bill. I just and then me there so writing up on the phone, you know. And me I go through. And I go through me get my JPS bill. You understand? I'm Mr. Ross, watch this. Me even forward it to my wife and my wife upstairs. You understand? My wife don't see this yet. You understand? This hour coming just a while ago. You understand what I deal with? No. So this is what they plan to do. 300% increase. Nasty Darrell Vaz. You need to come out and talk. Look at this cat that roller. A mystic sensation this happened to you know. So them get F you know.
How is man?
Bien.
How
never
is
send it to you.
Yeah.
Never send it to you that means you show it to me.
Yeah, man. Right now, man.
This is what they are planning to do. Because me they ask the question. How is it feasible that JPS had lost, you understand, X amount of client?
No, they have to raise the Baron, but I know where Holness Pums Vaz
They don't take them see the 300% increase this.
Yes, them down go under, them are push it up. You can't get it lower. Things are real. A matter of fact, me right here show me that. Can me just show anyway. When my food them just come to the 2 months ago. My food them. Not 2 months, last month. Last month. We're still in November, not December. Right? After the election, my food talk, you know. Early last month, that's right. Or late September, early last month. Month and ago. And my food, I tell them, say, I have to lay off some public sector, you know. And one way I have to do, you know, but when we run out, come put out this, but Anja put up 1 day ago. So, you know, when they do that now, I say, well, you know, I threw the hurricane because we did the contract, that is bullshit. The way the people them hungry, I have to feed them. Them have fight over spoils. Some people get the little chicken and go cook them same time and yam the feed. No, brother. No, hey, Pat. No, get back, you know. But the way the man them hungry, them hungry. You tell me, I'm Pums Vaz. Some of them go on and go cook the chicken and yam them same time. Can them have to cook enough for them, you know. So when they get to 25 chicken, that does make 1 pot. And some of them sell them feeding after that. Them not grow them. The way them hungry, them eat at the same time.
Wayne.
Yes, brother.
I'm going to take the picture of them and send it to you. So just as it relates to my address, just dot it out.
No,
right?
me edit. I didn't send it, man. I edit out.
Yeah, let me just take the picture of them. I'm going to take.
That's it. Me edit at the same time.
Yeah, man. I'm going to show you 3 other consistent so them can't grow it, you know. You understand? Yeah. Adapt them at all.
All right. Yeah, man.
300% increase.
That we
piece of shit them.
Yes.
I come out and I tell people about, you understand, no increase and blah blah blah. Yo, they are terrible and dangerous people. Daryl Vaz. Me don't say anything when I'm involved in, you know. So anything.
Yeah, man.
You understand? Them can't grow on me, you know. Anything when I'm involved in, you know. We know say some corruption in there.
Look at that. Delaware man, same him up here 5,000, him get a bid for 15. It's 300% that, brother.
You see that?
15,000.
You see that? 300% increase. I don't me alone. See that? And that number do we find about
15,000, 5 and from 5 to 50. It a race, people, we know that. Him can't stop it from race. Them get beaten. So you have some get on more than that.
So they are robbing. Oh my God. Yo, the government are wicked. The government are wicked in spite of what 300% increase to the people. Yeah. Hey, yo, they're wicked. Remember me tell you.
That go up like that. Me tell them already. Eh? But all the boy win and we were beat that well and we are beat we in the same time, you know. And you own this where we have this. Yeah, and you run out now. And I show that now. If you say that them can't put no blame for me now, you know, like you put out this. And then we are going to promote your favorite drunk on the throne on the bueno.
Yeah, I said top way to send it to you.
Hey, Pat, them couldn't be me. Them for going up, Pat. Them to go away.
Yeah, man.
Yes, Pat.
That's the usual, you know, so Daryl did it, you know.
Yo, man, tell us, yo, them wicked, you know, my brother.
Daryl.
Hey, yo, them wicked, you know, them cruel, you know. They don't no mercy, you know, that. Yo, yeah, go on here, Pat. Sorry for breaking.
As usual, Mr. Daryl did it. Can't get away from that. You understand? That's what Andrew Holness have him round him a do. Carry out them type of illicit activity. Yeah. Remember the guy just said there will be no increase, you know. And him said, after being interviewed by Dan Jackson, said that the OUR is on top of the situation. So no disconnection, payment plan, and no increase. And the OUR is on top of that situation. But here it is now. You just mention a 300% increase. Another person just text in and say, Mal, so it would a 300% increase. So this is why at the beginning.
Hold on a minute, Pat. Let me tap and show the people them. Let me come out. I don't want certain information come out. Yeah. So let me show the people them on it. Say 1,000. See that?
Hold on. See that?
You see it?
Yeah.
1,000?
Let me see. Yeah, no, me not see. Go over, so. Yeah, $1,002.
$1,002 coming from $300 because remember, so we are not there, you know. So we are not using it. And it got to what? That's 300%, partially 300% increase. Yes. I am showing you the evidence, people.
Mm-hmm. I'll show you what increase to maintain, Pat. Make it finish up. Look here. Look on this.
So guys, I'm here in the supermarket, right? And I see little brown produce and I say, wow, let me come get some. Look on the price. Yellow yam, 1,649 per kg. Negro yam, 1,007. You tell me now, Dasheen, 1,319. What's your sweet potato? 1,220. Who go eat them here? Irish potato local, you know, 1,649. I think say everything them are using the list of say. Even the onions, 659. Look how they little. Funny little something here. How what we gonna do? Now we can eat. This is ridiculous. No, sir. Mr. Make get little ground produce. Round here, so now you have ginger.
That's how we end with enough,
Look at
man.
the local ginger, you know. 2,200.
No, man, not no go someone Bolan, man, Pat. Them people, them, what them I eat now. I see why them fight over little Kentucky. Remember, you know, if you have minimum wage, if you just buy that it pass the minimum wage already, you know. You just go and just take up and look 1K after each of them thing, like 1 kg. It pass.
49. Two little lemon. $380. What
Lemon. 2 lemon.
we gonna do? We soon can't eat because everything. Because this morning for eggs, the egg man saying egg graze. 1,400.
The egg raise. Let me not tell you already.
No, sir. Can't go eat. I went to wash my vehicle a while ago to the guy say, after me not even ask and he not tell me say price increase, you know. The guy said $3,000.
You know what? Look, them part. If you go wash your vehicle, you work minimum wage. You can't have a vehicle though. Because minimum wage, this Andrew, welcome to reality. A little vehicle, $3,000 for just wash that. So if you go down and you get dirty up and go wash it again at 6 out of the 16. You can't wash it 2 times for the week again.
$3,000 because they have to buy water to wash the vehicle. Water come back in the area, you know, but they have an issue. Finger carrot, 2 carrots.
Look at the carrot and me and $500 for them 2 little thing there.
$508. Yeah, we can eat lettuce. We only can eat pop chow. We'll buy pop chow and eat pop chow. This is no joke.
No man, this is a joke. Let me show you 2 pepper make Pat come in, but Pat, look at them 2 pepper and tell me about things that go raise. Look at put balls.
Imagine me send go shop go buy tomato, sweet pepper, and 2 local pepper. I know believe me say $2,000 this. Like
No one. No, oh God. So no, tell me about the minimum wage and Andrew do good, yeah? This I can seize up one, you have a 1 chicken and you use this planet, wait no.
seriously, $2,000? Man, nah lie, them people here got help.
Where's that Pro Box money this? She said save 2,000 per month. So if you buy this with it. Look
Me like dingy, I swear.
No, Pat. No, sir. All the people that want manage.
Well, the people have to manage, you know, because I will for them support them fuckery away and going with the country. You understand? And them back him with all of this. But when me want the people and when me I tell the people them, why cut all of them garbage supermarket there? Even though we know Dead Man Mackenzie have Coronation Market in a dilapidated state. Look at Coronation Market, man. Stop support these big chain supply operator in the country. Go back to the roots.
Yeah,
go to the market.
Melting pot. See there, all right. See my previous video in a June. If you look on it.
Oh, but no, go that way. Yeah, 356. Yeah, man. Good.
Okay, so it's seven not tell no life on them, Wayne.
Yeah, that me I tell you, so them dangerous.
We don't tell no life on them. We only show it.
Yes.
You understand? So, but all of the previous bill them, you understand? 300.
For some people who from 5 Ghana 15. And some of them are 10 or 30. Me not hacks.
You understand?
Some of them are 20 or 16 out. So I'm sorry for them.
That's what they're doing.
Food already. So all the money I talk about this and that grow by what? When people can't buy food and can't buy nothing.
Crazy. Crazy.
In an election, when after the election, my food them come out and I tell you, say, yo, the place you better cut this. And then you win and we come out with something like that is a piece of shit. Hey, me I leave you for Pat because me don't melt. Hey, Pat, finish melting me, man. Garbage.
Right now, the situation deplorable. But me see the people my face up to. It's a deplorable situation. Yeah, but the people them have alternative, you know. Because I sure know them will get them produce at a cheaper rate if them go to the market. But them want to hitch up in a supermarket. Why you want to buy grown provision in a supermarket? Why? Well, you know, if I put no choice, no take the punishment and the battering from Andrew Holness and him friend them. Yeah, because the way to access your ground provision is to go to the market. You have Papin, you have Crossroad, you have Coronation Market, and you have outer Bendong, outer Matches Lane. You understand? Go to those market. You have all back to market at 3 Mile. You can't tell you where them there. You have Constant Spring Market. You have a lot of market. You have Stone Hill. Go to the market and source ground provision. Because I certainly not buying 2 tomato, 1 sweet pepper. I don't know what the other produce was for $2,000. I'm not doing that. I could have never do that. So Jamaicans have been, you know, causing this type of high inflation for themselves. Because they are not doing anything to alleviate these things and they keep running into these guys' enterprise. Supermarket is not known to sell these products. You understand? Yam, 1,600. Then how you equate that to the meager sum for them call minimum wages? You buy 10 pieces of yam, they cover your whole week package. That's 16,000 and 10 times 1,600. Hear that? So you have to understand, say, Jamaica people, yeah, Michael Mann, they teach us about self-reliance. You understand? And self-reliance mean all some of them things you can plant on the yard, you know, pepper tree grow. I not take much look after. Scallion grow. Tomato grow. So when we know these big wealthy CIA expatriate, them are operating in the country, yeah, as PSOJ personnel, what they are doing, they are destroying the local manufacturing as it relates to, agriculture sector. Yeah, and having importation license to bring in these things from foreign and then put in the supermarket at high inflation. Yeah, the price, I'm not can't manage that. We can't manage them price so we are seeing. And them produce they look, some of them look dilapidated and tired. You understand? So Jamaican people, we have to mobilize ourselves in our way where we don't go back to the farm and have self-reliance. Some of them think they want to buy, we can't do without them, and some of them we can't grow them themselves. If we don't continue to buy, these guys will continue to rise the price. Find a way of boycotting them product because them are the cost of the high inflation for agricultural product. By victimizing the farmer, them suppress them, yeah, raising the farmers, what you call it now, tool when to use, yeah, and certain supply like him fertilizer and all them things, them insecticide and all those things, yeah, them inflate those prices for the farmers. So a lot of youth not farming because they don't have the start. You understand? And this is a clear sign of what you call victimization and marginalization. Yeah? By putting these farmers back against the wall, you know. They want to put on them tool and stop farm. And then these boys will get the importation license. I will bring the thing cheap from US, Canada, and then come and pay the price in the supermarket. And so they continue to wealthy themselves of a Jamaican who are crying out for help as it relates to the, purchasing power of the dollar. So there must be a way around this. Cuba, when they put on the trade embargo upon Cuba, Cuba never one day consider say him go source rice from nowhere else. Him turn to corn meal. Him farm a lot of corn. So them get them corn meal And instead of rice and peas, it was cornmeal and peas. Jamaican must find a way to alleviate the strain put on them by the private sector organization and the government, because they're working in tandem. So the solution will never get better, because the government not planning to fix it. The only person who can fix this problem in Jamaica is the local consumer. Why cut these enterprises? Because these enterprises are not, most of these things are not locally produced. Boycott them. Turn to the farmer, the traditional farmer, and then we'll start to see a reduction in price in Jamaica. Yeah? Because even sometimes when I hear the farmer, them are all over fertilizer price. Back nowadays we don't deal with fertilizer. I used to watch my grandmother and other people farming a St. Pierre, a Springfield, just below Guys Hill. Them prepare land using grass and all those things and mulch land and leave it there. And them know when to plant that land, but them prepare it. This type of fabricated farming solution, I wanna go with that. The one that so much cancer taken up out of Jamaica with them only for fertilizer thing. Work using the traditional way and method that existed in the 60s and the 70s. Work after that formula that will help to reduce goods costs. So the problem lies within the consumer hand, and it lies within the entire Jamaica population. Yeah? Some guys, where them never one day till the soil, but never sell agricultural product. Them take it away from the people and the traditional people and that goes to the market that we call vendors. That's what the big boys are do. When it look like when you can't what the big boys are do. Even the vendor them are put out of business. And then you have these type of stush people now who, emerge in our society. I can't bother with downtown. I have to go uptown. Because all of them are drive now, so them like to park up them car, and show up them true colors. But at the end of the day, you hear them about because of one person that benefit out of this, at the private sector, and a set of people that are 5% of Jamaican then. Some of them are not even Jamaican by birth. Them just come in our place and I live a lifestyle off of the people. Yeah, and because the people is so, simple-minded, them don't have a resilience. This is why not now go change in Jamaica, They think Jamaican people have the resilience to stand up against this government. I hear some of them talk about we on the program, all we are doing just talk. We are doing the greatest thing. We are expose the government. We are bringing to you, the people in Jamaica, the true state of affairs and the reality behind everything. If you know, if you get up off on the backside and go out there and put the heat and the pressure upon the government, because this government is not doing anything to reduce poverty nor crime. Yeah? They are not doing anything for the local economy in terms of job creation for the youths them. Because it's China people them we see in our place and Indian people we see in our place now I control the job them. I control the private sector line as well. You understand? Because all of them come around business, So me ask the question, what can Jamaican do? Andrew Holness administration has highlighted to the entire world that Jamaican are not capable of doing anything. He has to seek help from overseas by bringing in workers in our country. And the workers, them that I see coming into Jamaica are from the second and the third largest economy, China and India. So I am asking the question, where is the vision? Where is the plan for the Jamaican? So you see, capitalist mentality can never, breed success amongst poor black people, because capitalism is not for black people. Democratic socialism Yeah, it's for black people. And this is why any leader that model their political career and socialism will always prove themselves to be worthy of being a leader. Because a leader is not created, A leader is born. And I have to look at Mia Motley. She, as a young woman, growing up, going to school, she used to, have more interest in Michael Manley book. Michael Manley and the new way that he wrote. She was even put into detention for reading that book when she should be doing her schoolwork. But look at the success. Look at her success. She has now become the powerhouse leader in a CARICOM. When she speaks, the whole entire world tremble because her voice reverberates right round the world. Because everybody see her now as a stalwart of a leader. She's not weak and pathetic like Andrew Holness. She's strong, upward mobile, and she has backbone. So she can advocate for a lot of things that Andrew Holness can't, because she modeled herself on Michael Manley. Right? So where Mia Motley is concerned, she's a product of Michael Manley. And just look at the success of Barbados. When she took office in Barbados, Barbados was going through a transition period, in terms of its own economy, Yeah. And she has stabilized that country, raised that country. Now Barbados is in a healthy state. Nobody can tell her how to run or operate as a prime minister in Barbados. But Lagard and Holness, them use him like plate cloth, foot cloth, doormat, all type of things. Them trample all over him, because I'm a piece of shit. Because him don't have the people interest at all. Now I can't believe that yam, would have cost 1,600. And them little vegetable, the 2 tomato, 1 sweet pepper, must 2 country pepper cost 2,000. You're mad? Not in my wildest dream. I never think that would have happened in Jamaica, but I see it. But I want to make the comparison with what the people inside the marketplace are sell for. Because while I see that them thing I will put up in some plastic bag in a supermarket, You don't really deal with supermarket for ground provision. We want here we are going in at the indoor market. Because if a boycott them supermarket, stop make them big boy come get rich off of everything in Jamaica. Jamaican people are allowing too much advantage to be taken of them.
True.
So why complain when Uno is supporting the already bad policy that exists? Support the local people, man. Support Master Dam and Mary Brown and, and that's all the thing for them, man. Be more patriotic. Be wise to the cause. Help your brother to grow and stop grow these foreigners, these multi-billionaire people who in our place are operate. We can't bring in a whole truckload or shipload of thing and dump it and sell it to because when them do them kill the farmer, So I get nothing from the farmer, them, The local farmer, them gone in a retirement now. You understand? And who in a retirement take leave. So them I control the space and it's a consequence of our Jamaican consumer. I remember when I grew, first time I ever own a dive and bed, I buy my lumber and get the man, shorty, up in the lane, to build my bed head. There me make the dive and frame. The carry make me 4 piece, I leg them out of Ashley Road, go get the man them for turn it. Yeah. When I learn to turn on and make passion and me know when me done with me thing did solid and look good. You can't tell say it don't come from court. But it not charge me not end up paying no exorbitant money for that because me not make no boy come get rich off of me when me can do my one thing. There are ways of going around and getting things done at a cheaper price. But we have to go back to the roots. My Jamaican people are drift from the roots and the reality of patriotism in the country. And start support these big boys and them fabricated things. Yeah? Because them providing you with some posh place to not go spending the money and take on the money. We not pay a GTC for the thing them. We know they go in a coronation market to not pay no GTC. You understand? We don't go to Spanish Town market. Anyone in the market, them not go to not pay no GTC. But I like for run go show up on yourself. Because 2 pound I drive now. Is that way I mean that going out and showing up on a new vehicle or a second hand vehicle. I don't know. But we have no one problem. That's why sometimes I make we get to my brain, you know. We just come in at this place and we just deal with certain things. But some of the things we can't alleviate for yourself. I found a problem and stay with it, man. You go and buy the man them cheap pepper and 2 tomatoes for over 2,000, man. Found a problem that. Buy them piece of yam for 1,600. I found a problem. Yeah, because you can't plant all yam, you know. And let me tell you something. At me, they are Jamaica right now. And where me live, me not have the side for grow yam. But through me have my place up at St. Mary. The pay man up there for farm all some yam for me. Pay them. Me do my little plantation. Because what me I go do, I go make back my money, you know. I go eat and I go sell. Everybody I go good, I go have banana plant and everything. I go one little farm. So me I feed myself and me also I make sure people can eat from the farm by taking some to the market or people come sell it. So Jamaican can utilize the skill set that God go now and stop depend on these boys if you bring food all the way from America and Canada come go now. Coming if America and Canada can produce more solid food than Jamaica. That's so no gone. No gone off of the rock, you know. And then you not ball. So if you not support these guys, they will always have the product there. Stop support them and see if them not stop import. And see if the market don't go back in the hands of the local farmer. And see if we not get to produce cheaper. Just do what me I say now. God, that's the solution, you know. That is the solution. Without you, the consumer, him can't operate a business. So if you see him operate a business under a pretext of, you know, some farmer suppression towards other sector of people would have produced the same line of production, cut him off. We have to utilize that mindset of self-reliance, find a way how to navigate this period of time. Because it's going to take a year if you don't really put crap in the ground and crap come to tuition, you know. So if you don't ban on the belly for a 9 months out of the year, yeah, and keep up that system in place, them boy have to run out of the place because them can't get back the market. This is why them destroy Agricultural Marketing Corporation, what Michael Mann set up when known as AMC. Because the farmer, them just can't them thing go there, you know. Them AMC take it off of you and pay money. You go back to your yard, you buy some grocery car gone in, you feel good. Because AMC used to create the market. That time we used to export things to UK and all about the place. Yeah? But these big boys, them not like when black people have nothing. Them come in and I tell you no, we see how I do. Them close down the whole of them thing there. By closing them down, we see how I do now. Force people to have problems to get rid of them produce. So you know, sometimes you got a market, some man beat you up, take away your things, that take away most of your things. You get fed up with market. You go back home, you say, I go back at home, go sell nothing. You know, like coronation market, because you go there, a big bunch of plant garden, a big gigantic breadfruit where you look to get a good money from. The man, them take it and gone. Anything where big and look nice, I them take, you know. Yeah? people become disenfranchised with the farming and the ignorant because they were being pestered. You understand? Well, we know things cause ripple effect. So that's the knock-on effect. And people put on them tool and then these guys come in now and control the agriculture sector. Remember, I know, them take a tourism, them have that for themselves. Them take a nightlife from the ghetto people and carry it uptown, them have that for themselves now because them use police to kill that part of the ghetto people life. You have to have money, you have to get permit and all these things, you have to pay for some. These guys are some wicked mercenary in the country. So everything when me I talk about, me can't tell you how them kill it. Them kill all the transport. Them kill that too. Because when you have something value 85,000 and a guy will sell it for over $500,000. But you still have to go back and pay the government. So I'm going to give you something for $500,000. I'm going to hand you something for $500,000. And then you have to still continue the real process of doing the real thing and pay the government. But just to get this piece of stuff will look like a road license, you have to give over $500,000. You still can't operate with it. Like don't go through the legal process. So just look how them around the country. All of these things are wrong and cruel to the society. And you have a little minority people in Jamaica. We are live wealthy because of illicit gain. And the majority to build the country and to rise the economy, they are left to struggle and suffer at the hands of these mercenaries. So we now have to, utilize a strategy. It's just like a war, You will have a powerful country, with more artillery, and you overthrow them because you use strategy. Jamaican consumer have to come up with strategy. We cannot have these boys operating any longer in the place. Just look at what happened recently and see how much of them have contributed to restoring back Jamaica. Very few, if any at all. Right now it's the outside world who is picking up the pieces in Jamaica. But yet still these boys operate in Jamaica and making millions and billions annually. They don't give back nothing to the society, no matter what is the cause. They fold their arms and wait for restoration and then they start operate again. Now, my Jamaican people, can we sustain such a policy? How long can Jamaica sustain this type of policy? I don't think the country can sustain that any longer. Because when the real policy was formalized and put in place by Michael Manley, it benefited everybody. Now the crony capitalists, them never like that, so them destroy that model, of democratic socialism. And remember, I've always said to you people, capital is big, and it only favor the elite. And when you are a capitalist, the people that you look down upon, you call them communists. And when you come on, you're not nobody. So now wise up, man, to the teaching, man. Wise up. Those are wise words that you call food for thoughts. The capitalists will not entertain the communists because you're not in him league. The only thing he wants from you is what you have to make him more wealthy. But other than that, he's not entertaining your thoughts or your desire. You have to create an environment to destroy the capitalists and their mentality in Jamaica. And until my Jamaican people rise to their feet, rise to their feet, get up off on the knees, man, because the guy them are going to bow to them. Stand up on the feet and take back matters into hand. Then we won't have a Jamaica. And I yield back the floor to my brother.
Well, Byron, you are closing tonight,
All right.
Yeah, man.
Well, basically, my My Jamaican people, my brothers and sisters, so the Titan love no bad. And that's why we are here fighting. When I saw Edmund Bartlett, right, at which hotel, Jamaican people listen to me, which hotel that Edmund Bartlett was at? Sandals River. I want you to pay attention to that, people. Pay attention. Sandals River. So all of this thing, as it relates to Darrell Vaz getting up the light, right, and getting up the energy and so forth, is to appease the hotel. To appease the hoteliers. Now watch this now. Let me tell Darrell Vaz something. And let me tell the government something. And tell Jamaica this. Out of every dollar that we make in the tourism, we are only getting 6 cents out of every dollar that made by tourism. 6 cents out of every dollar. Simple means the tourism industry, apart from employment, yes, not doing much to the Jamaica economy. And you see the sacrifice that you have to pay. And watch Edmund Bartlett going there, you understand, to influence the people, to put out energy, right, to having them, right, going back to work. I'm not saying that that's a wrong thing. But what I'm saying, many of those people who will be going back to the workforce, right? Many of them have not get any form of care from the government. Many of them homes, roofs blown off, some houses completely damaged, right? And you have seen we show you the amount of monies that the government collected. And the government is not looking forward as it relates to set up something quick like NHD program. And you know that hurt me, ear white hurt me. Andrew Holness and Nigel Clark did not hesitate to give Dexim how much $1 million from out of NHT. How much was it again, Wayne?
650.
600 million dollars they took up and gave to Dexim. I am only showing you the Jamaican Labour Party priority, where their priority lies. Their priority lies with capitalism. You understand? And neo-colonialist to protect their wealth. Now watch this, people. Now, when we look at this, in terms of what Darrell Vaz, and tomorrow when we come out, right, you're going to see I gather the data to show the evidence, and we just reveal as it relates to what Darrell Vaz lock up in JPS corporate office, what they are planning to do, right, to make the consumers who having the JPS energy, utilizing the JPS energy, planning to put 300% increase to their bill. Make we talk, Jamaica. Make we talk. When that 300% come to you, does it mark GLP on it? No. Does it mark PNP on it? Is it that PNP is going to pay the increase and GLP is not going to? People, you need to wake up. So now what the GLP is doing, sacrificing all of us to please, let me tell you who they are pleasing. To please Adam Stewart. to please Brian Jardim. Right? They are the ones who run in Andrew Holness' head. They are the ones who control PSOJ and control Tourist Board. They are the ones who control beach access and denying beach access, taking away the prime lands. They will not call out Andrew Holness and their wrongdoing because obviously you see what they are getting. You see how Andrew Holness' administration now is running now to their rescue. To do what? Save the hotel industry. People don't be fooled. Right? Our number one industry should be agriculture. That is where the focus must lie, should be lie, on agriculture. Because agriculture itself is the eye of Jamaica economy. And we should be focused where that is concerned. Now let me tell you something, people, Jamaican people, wise up. You realize that the government is hanging on to fossil fuel? Because that is where Trump, crony capitalists around the world, lies in the oil sector. Right? They depend on the fossil fuel, the energy. The multi-billionaires, trillionaires, you name it. They don't want to lose that commodity. That is their blood money. And so then let me say this to you all. That what we need to do as it relates to the government, should our focus, if you're talking about nation building, wean ourselves from the grid. We have a perfect opportunity where we can do it now. And if we are not going to use this opportunity to do it, then let me ask you, when are you going to do it? When are you going to do it? You have the opportunity now to start afresh. Whether the Jamaican government is going to take over JPS, deal with nation building, the hurricane pathway where people are affected, have those people removed from the grid. Utilize construction homes and focus on hurricane-proof buildings. But that is not where the interest lies. All the going around and coming around, that is not where the interest lies. What they are looking on, let me tell the Jamaican people, that Melissa had given them an opportunity where they are going to convert the use of many of those people lands in the hurricane pathway. They are going to use bureaucracy to take your lands away from you. Jamaica, wake up. They are going to use it. They know that every word I am spitting out of my mouth is true. They know. They hate us like, trust me, they hated us. Because they know what we are saying is true. They have no interest as it relates to upward mobility and build us into a better nation. This is a criminal entity sucking the blood of the innocent. You see what Nigel Clark had done to our backside levy. remove the bauxite levy, zero the bauxite levy and give it to crony capitalists. We are not getting nothing from our bauxite levy. Ask yourself the question. Ask yourself the question. Why Jamaica continues to import more than how Jamaica is exporting? Why we continue to have 4 billion, 5 billion trade deficit? Why we are only able to export $1.8 billion? You know why? Let me tell you why. The energy cost is a killer as it relates to our productivity. We cannot produce because of high energy costs. Then if that is the case, let me ask the government, why are we not changing the status quo? Why are we not changing? Why are we not geared into weaning ourselves from fossil energy? Going to renewable energy like solar. And where, of course, you will strengthen the purchasing power of those people over time. The government has as much money. The government has the opportunity to say or to do or to make it happen as it relates to China and even us in Jamaica as it relates to solar panel grids. The government can get them in bundle. If the government mean us any good, those are some of the conversations that the government need to have. Through the NHT program, many donors, many NHT contributors, over 10, 15, 20 years, you name it, haven't gotten any contribution from NHT, although paying NHT. Let me tell you what the government does. So all the NHT contributors, the persons who are paying NIS, income tax, Andrew Holness now formulate all of them now and put it into a consolidated fund that it can be easily stolen, easily be manipulated. Andrew Holness is poison to the future. But we sit and through the process of ignorance, we don't seek to research and find the truth. And for some of those who are playing politics because they are eating out of the trough, they know that the act of cruelty is unmeasurable. They know that. Big Mama know that. But Big Mama will never speak out and speak the truth because $1.8 billion robbing the government revenues. So when we see Sandals coming up and said that they are sponsoring this and sponsoring that, I asked Brian Jordan and I will ask Adam Stewart, how long your entity under Andrew Holness administration, you have not paid taxes to the government? How long have you not paid taxes to the government? How much money that you have owed the government in taxes? But here, in spite of the people's difficulty and the people's suffrage, you want the people to suffer to strengthen you, Brian Jordan and Adam Stewart. You want the Jamaican people to suffer to strengthen your entity. That's what you want. And while you get stronger and stronger, you help to deny beach access. You help taking away the tourism breakfast, lunch and dinner from all stakeholders outside of your hotels that connected to it. The local craft market, what are they getting? Talk to me, Brian Jordan. Talk to me, Edmund Bartlett. Talk to me, Adam Stewart. The local craft market in Montego Bay, in Ocho Rios, what percentage of the pie are they getting? Talk of the things then. You know, Edmund Bartlett know, that every dollar that make out of tourism, only 6 cents, 6 cents, Jamaica is getting out of every dollar. And Edmund Bartlett going down to Duns River, Sandals Duns River, nowhere, no other hotels, to show you who are the Draculas and vampires trying to influence. Yes, the tourism of the Hoppan started because Melissa hurt the profitability of the tourist industry. But do you care about Jamaica? Do you care about the people who are suffering? Brian Jordan, Adam Stewart, have we seen you at ground zero? Andrew Holness, let me ask you, how much donation personally you put? You're a black man. Let us talk about the blackness, what you like to talk about. You're black. Mark Golding is white. But Mark Golding has a conscience. Mark Golding has a heart. Mark Golding is a real Jamaican. Feel the suffrage. And personally process it inside of his heart. Mark Golding took his personal money and donated it. What have you done, the black man? The black man, what have you done? How much Warmington give? You so cherish black. You so talk about blackness. What have you done? But the very same black man that talk about blackness is the very same black man that involved in the Ponzi scheme to rob the very investors who need to build Jamaica. You tell me where your priority lies. You tell Jamaican where your priority lies. So when the spin doctors running out to spin up because they think they have the capacity, the ability, and the tenacity, can spin chop. Them all dunce, man. We smart. And anything where you put out there, we can spin it. But let me tell you something. Let me tell you something what you don't know. It is God and time. God and time. And Andrew Holness, every day that push forward, let me tell you something. Your faith hang in the balance. Every single day that pushes forward, your faith hang in the balance. And I yield back.
Hey, brothers, you can run. Dinner time people. You know, Titans never, hey, let me tell you something, man. Me say them get beaten at the night until them weak. A matter of fact, before we leave out, brother, me say the Chinese, them send a naval vessel with 104 doctor and nurses, and them they are Petra keys. So them I make them come around now. Them just reaching our water. Cause them never say nothing in a two-way bun. And them I tell you, yes, a good thing for your boat. Me no want to go up on a vessel. Me have to stay upon my land. Me no know how them are deal with that. Well, them are moved from Petra key and carry it down in a Trelawney there, so Falmouth Pier. Yeah? And tough thing I say, well, it's a boot to the health system. Because the health system not good. We did have more than that over Cuba, more than like 300 of them, and you send them home. Now UK send doctor and nurses to, you know. Canada and other places send to, you know. Yeah? So Chinese send now. So make us see where I go on now. Anyway, brothers.
Oh.
We out, you know. We out. Simple. Later. We out. Bless up.